the fuck is up, friends?
Yeah.
What is up?
What is up?
What is up?
I bought a Bud Light Platinum.
All right, I gotta get out of here.
I thought about buying. Oh, okay. I meant to get Atwater like vanilla Java porter, but I got fucking some dark chocolate shit. I don't know. I just grab things that seem interesting, and then sometimes I regret it, and sometimes I don't.
Would you get one of those like 6 pick-a-pack things?
No, dude, I was just, every time I go to the grocery store now, I get like crazy anxiety. So I literally was staring at all the beer and I was like, fuck, what looks good? So I just grabbed a 6-pack and ran.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because doesn't Kroger does the like you can just grab an empty box and pick like 6 loose beers, right?
Yeah, Kroger and Bush's. Bush's is actually real as fuck. They're just
Oh yeah, Bush is really dope.
Bushes.
I haven't been there in a while. I do have like a membership
Wasn't
there.
Bush's like overpriced?
Yeah, it
for a
is
while?
kind of overpriced, honestly, but like it's good. Like if you want to get like some good meat or like good produce, like it's you get what you pay for, you know.
Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, I went there and grocery shopped. Like actual grocery shopped. Like the first time, I was like, I'm gonna go to Bush's. I got money, and just bought like my normal shit that I would buy. You know, I was like, holy fuck! There was like a lot more than just going to fucking one of the chain ones and buying bananas for 40 cents.
No shame. I spent $200 at CVS today.
And what?
Oh,
I just buying like, first off, I stocked up on beer for today because
Nice.
I knew this was happening, and I was like, I better be fucking ready. But I don't know, just like buying like Airborne, and I can't find toilet paper, dude. Why are people still taking toilet paper?
For real.
dude.
I heard
I
heard the stores
first
like have
time.
them, but they just won't put them out because they don't want people just taking a million of them.
I went to Meijer today, and for the first time in over like 2 months, they were actually stocked.
Really?
You can't get soap or cleaner, but you can finally wipe your ass.
What's life with swamp ass?
Oh yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
A photo came up on my time app the other day of it's just there's a photo of like you and your ID, and it was funny because it reminded me like literally moments after that was at was it Greektown Casino, and Mitchell I think that was the dude's name, where he just picks up that lamp and chucks it at the wall and it just explodes everywhere like for literally no reason at all.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Fuck, that was a wild ass night because was it Josh Rohn who had the room?
Yeah, Josh was there. I don't know whose room it was, but yeah.
Everybody just threw the lamp.
Yeah.
You just said? Yeah.
Mitch Moore picked that shit up. It started off like
I didn't know what to do.
It was like Mitch's room, I think. And then Josh was like, "Are you at Greektown?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "I see you." And I looked out, and he was standing in the parking lot, and I think you guys were with him.
Yeah.
And then fucking we were just like, "Oh, fuck it, come up." And then Mitch was trashed. It might have been his 21st birthday or something. I think.
Yeah, you guys both were pretty sloshed.
Dude, him and Rob got in a slap fight. Did you remember that?
I do remember that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they were beating.
Weren't they like knocking? Yeah, they're like knocking over. There's like a beer wall that you guys had set up, and they're just knocking that over.
I remember Mitch slapped Rob, and he's like, "Dude, all right, you kind of got me on the neck." And then he's like, "All right, I'm sorry." And then fucking Rob went across him, and he hit him so hard, his face turned before his hair did.
Oh.
And Mitch just took it. He was like, "All right, that was fair. That was fair." They drunkenly hugged afterwards. It was a great moment.
But yeah, the lamp, I was like, what the fuck? That like came out of nowhere. He like wasn't even so random.
Dude, he does that. And that's why I love partying with Mitch. Is like it'll be dead fucking quiet, and then he'll just like, I'm gonna do something really weird. And then it just
I remember just like standing there like, did that just fucking happen? Because like nobody was really reacting either. Like
I lived with him at Oakland University, and for 4th of July we bought like probably $140 worth of fireworks.
Damn.
we were
Nice.
got plastered, and we were doing like Roman candle baseball in the parking lot, and just doing duels and that and shit like that. And some of the people came out and were like calling the cops. And we're like, they're not gonna come. They're not gonna come. And then I'm 19 at the time, and they roll in the parking lot, and we all drop the beer and run. And for some reason, they just did a U-turn and left. But we launched an $80 firework in the parking lot, and then proceeded to shoot like Roman candles at each other, point blank range on the balcony. And I threw like this massive firecracker off on the balcony below, and the next day we got an eviction notice.
Damn.
Oh.
I
What
felt
was that at?
It was Beacon Hill Apartments in
Oh, okay.
fucking Auburn Hills.
The Auburn Hills.
I felt so
Jeez.
bad though because I wasn't even on the lease.
Mm.
Oh.
Damn.
They,
Just straight up kicked him out.
yeah, I mean, dude, there were some fucked up parties there. The cops showed up a bunch. I personally got shot in the chest with an air cannon, like one of those crazy confetti
Yeah, yeah.
blaster air cannons, point blank range. Mitch did that to me. He was plastered again. Dude, he did like a Viking yell, and it just like shot me point blank. I just like fell over backwards, like I just died. It was great.
Great time.
I actually had a question for. I haven't talked to anyone like locally about this, but I've been thinking about it. From a filmer's perspective, like, what did you think about the Jocelyn tray flip thing? Like,
Doesn't count.
doesn't count.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
From past filming, at least, I mean, I feel like that's about as far as he's going to get with it. Exactly what he did on Instagram is just post a ton of bales and then
But, like, I mean, would you
a little
if
step
you,
off land. But I would
if you
never
did
use
that-
that.
Yeah, if you did that, you would be like, "Fuck." You would know
I-
yourself.
Yeah,
Not
no.
you.
if-
I mean, like, if you did that, like, actually skated and did that, then
yeah, if that was
yourself would be
me,
like,
I wouldn't count it.
yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, I respect how he did it versus like you remember Scheckler talking like,
Oh,
Yeah,
saying that he
yeah.
did do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like-
was just going to say I would take that, like all those bales on that 360 flip rather than a lie about a backside flip.
yeah, for
Just
real.
because, I mean, it was cool to see him like roll away and, I mean, kind of step off. It was just like, all right, cool. Like, I completely get why you posted that. But to add it to a park or anything, I'd be like, nah, dude. Like,
Yeah, I get.
gotta
Yeah,
go back and tuck it and actually ride away from that.
yeah, like the fact that he put it on Instagram and said like I'm not going back to try it. Like here it is. Like that's basically him accepting that he doesn't even count it.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
like,
that
but
is
like
true.
most of the comments that I saw, and they're like, no, it counts, dude. Like even on like skate line, they're like, that counts. I'm like,
Yeah.
why we letting him get this pass? He's not even letting himself get the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
true. I guess it's just like that point that I mean, has anyone tried to do anything on El Toro since they like changed it?
I don't think you
Or-
can anymore. I think they put there's like rumble strips up top, and did they put? Oh no, they took the poles out or something. That was just for
Yeah.
construction, right?
Yeah.
But didn't he try the tray flip before all that? I don't know.
Yeah, he did. It was like 6 months old footage because I remember. I think he was on. He was on Nine Club when he showed it,
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
and everyone went nuts about it. And it's so funny remembering that audio, like, and then matching the footage to the audio because you're like, damn, like that's what that was.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy that like tricks actually have a sound. Like I'll even when I'm like skating with Dan, like I'll do a trick. He's like, you know, was that varial flip? I'm like tray flip sounds like a tray flip. Like you heard that clip of him doing the tray flip down out tour. You're like, oh, that sounds like a tray flip. It's kind of weird. We've been skating long enough that we've like developed that.
It's funny that you say that because Randy was talking shit about. He was like, oh, dude, Dan can totally tell when fucking Steve's doing kickflips because he's like, oh, I can't hear anything. It's a kickflip.
Oh.
That's all right, bro.
I don't mean to.
Everyone wants to disrespect my K bombs. Damn, we haven't really
I mean-
talked about that on this yet, huh?
What, K-bomb?
Or did
Oh, the
we?
bombs.
The bombs, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm new
was
to it.
I was really surprised you actually said tray flip just about a minute ago, Steve.
Oh, you're right.
I
Fuck.
was
Shame
very,
on me.
very surprised.
Well, you know, the podcast world doesn't know about it yet, so.
That is true.
But just like Chris Johnson, I'm not gonna give myself a pass. That was my fault. Yeah. So tray flips are no longer tray bombs or flips. They're not any like why? Where did tray bomb even come from? I wonder. Like who said tray bomb first? And like why did that stick amongst all of us?
I remember. You ever watch the video The Boulevard? Like that random ass like Hollywood/LA video. It's like a massive collaboration video of like a bunch of just random ass guys skating fucking Hollywood Boulevard and stuff.
I don't think so.
There was a dude in like the park section and his name was legit Trey Bomb.
No.
I'm serious.
Wow.
I thought it was like I wasn't sure if that was just like a nickname, maybe like his boys gave it to him or something, but I was like, he didn't do a Trey Bomb either, so that was the funny part. I was like, if your name's Trey Bomb, they refer to you as it. Why wouldn't you do it? But
Is it like an older movie, like before?
yeah, it was like 2000. It was before Fully Flared, so like 2005.
Were we saying Trey Bomb before? What? Like when was who said Trey Bomb first? 90s,
For a
early
while.
thousands.
I feel like that's a
I don't even
Muska
know.
term. Sounds like
Um,
a Muska thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does. Yeah, I could see him.
Trey
calling
Bomb.
something like that.
Oh, dude, it was an early Trey Bomb, guys.
What?
But yeah, like I'm me personally, I'm not saying Trey Bomb, I'm not saying Trey Flip anymore. It's 360 Flip, and everything else is a bomb. So we got K Bomb, H Bomb, S Bomb,
S-bomb.
yeah, Shove Bomb. And the reason I don't say P Bomb is because like, what if you're doing a front shove? Because you don't say pop front shove, which is also weird. Like why are shove? Were people just always doing regular popless shoves that someone actually did a pop shove? You're like, whoa, that fool pop shove.
Pop shove. Yeah.
And where did pop
I
shove
mean-
come from, and why can't we live in 2020 and
I mean,
treat the front shove equally?
I always say pop shove when that person actually gets it off the ground. If you do a shove, it's creeping on the ground.
Yeah, but why
You're
don't
just doing
you? But why don't you even consider that front side?
Oh yeah, front shove. You're right. Yeah.
I've honestly never seen someone do a frontside shove where that shit just slides on the ground. I have to be 100%.
Dude, in the Alzheimer's
Yeah, wow.
video, I think it's It's Time? Is that an Alzheimer's video?
It's time? No, it's like a Transworld video.
It's time. That's like circa.
Oh,
Wait,
you're
what's
right.
that?
You're right. Fuck me. Oh my god.
Didn't Alzheimer's make one too called It's Time though? Recently?
I have no clue.
I don't know, something like that. But dude does a front shove in it, and it literally does not come. Like the wheels don't even come off the ground. I don't know how.
Learn 'em.
That's
He
like a
waxes
TRP.
wheels?
That's like a TRP floor trick.
But
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about this at T Courts with you, Jake, and was it you that brought it up? You're like, what about hard flips?
Yeah, I was about to ask that again. So it's are we doing hard bomb? Is that where we're going with
Oh,
that?
hard bomb. Okay, because you can't
Yeah, I
say
would
H
say-
bomb because heel flip is H bomb.
I
Yeah.
would say hard bomb.
Hard bomb's dope, and then you got
What
big
about-
bomb.
Inward bomb.
Well, varial. Like, is it varial kickflip, varial heel, V bomb?
V bomb.
V bomb's dope. I like V bomb.
V
VH
bomb.
bomb for varial heel? Is that where we're going?
Oh shit, VH bomb.
Yeah. That's where I was headed with it.
Yeah, now you're just like,
Once you get into the realm of like switch and ollie tricks, it just becomes an acronym.
well,
So like you got to be really quick with it. So it'd be like
so you would say like,
H bomb.
see, I was going more like switch K bomb. I'll say switch.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say I would not go the abbreviation of the N route for nollie tricks because then you might sound a little racist.
And bomb. Ooh, yeah, maybe not.
Oh. Yeah, that is a great point.
Dude, what you got? You got a fucking camera shelf back there?
Yeah, this is my new office. I just built it for my new job, so I'm working at home now. So I will not be getting the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been throwing like the cameras I use most on that shelf, and I got like, should I do like show and tell? Is that
Sure.
cool? I'll pick.
Ain't no rules here.
I feel bad because like it's so far away. Oh, Corey will actually appreciate this. I gotta take my
Oh,
my
let's
headset
get
off.
it.
Bought a Jim Beam Apple shooter too.
All right, I
I
don't
can't tell
have.
if that would actually be good or terrible.
I know. Should I try it out real quick while we're doing the show?
Yeah,
and tell?
give it a try. Phil
Alright.
and Jake here because he had his headphones off.
Oh, what do you got?
Oh, I got a little Jim Beam Apple shooter.
Damn.
Never tried it before.
Yeah.
Ooh, what is that? Is that the Polaroid SX?
Mm,
Corey got it.
let me take a guess.
I'll let Corey do it.
It's
Hold on. Hold on.
That's
Hold on.
Oh,
There we go.
my boy.
I don't even have a Polaroid.
dude, mine broke, and I'm so bummed it broke it when
I
I
always
was.
forget how to, I've never opened this thing. I always fucking forget how to pull it out.
Got my
She said.
first camera in reach.
All right, fine.
Oh.
Yeah, here's mine. I got my Super 8.
Yeah, there we are.
All right, you win. though.
I
Is
got my
that- Is that a 95, Jake?
No, it's the automatic one, a land camera automatic 100.
an
Oh, it's
L-bomb.
a 100. Okay.
It's a 100.
Yeah.
It's a P
Dude,
bomb.
there are so many models of those land cameras. It's hard to keep up.
It's loaded. Like that's the cool thing.
Really?
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You have used it?
Yeah, I've shot it once. I don't have the photo readily available, but yeah, I got the F100C. Is it?
How much that film cost?
Oh, geez, dude. You could
Yeah.
sell that and make a fortune right now. What are you doing?
I want to use it. I never shot it before.
Oh, my God. Well,
He's
be
being a
conservative.
normal photographer.
Sell it and get yourself some toilet paper.
Yeah.
And then this is a new edition. I don't know if you've seen this one yet, but I know.
Oh,
you know.
you got a G1, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Dude,
No,
those cameras are killer. You're going to love it.
I've shot a good amount with it lately. I bought it off my friend. I know it's referred to as the poor man's Leica. I'm not offended by it whatsoever.
Oh, no, that's bullshit.
oh,
Those-
good.
It's all right. You shop at Bush's, so it balances out.
Shot the bushes.
Yeah, you can pay.
Yeah,
you can pay to
that's
shop
true.
at Bush's.
So
you
you
get the
shop
lower
at
end camera.
Yeah, you
Oh.
shop at Bush's, so you can only afford the G1, whereas I shop at Meyer
Yeah,
and I have a whole Leica kit. So it just it
all balances out.
Yeah, I just roasted myself. Fuck it.
I mean, whatever. All right, let's try this shot, huh?
Oh, jeez.
They just went right into it.
Oh my God. Down the head.
That's actually pretty good.
Going
got
in
the-
between.
It's got the green apple
Oh, what was that?
image on the
Is
front.
that
and
two-hearted?
Mhm.
What was that? Oh my God, dude.
Clinky.
Yeah, clink it.
oh man, that was good.
Oh shit.
Oh,
What'd you say you were looking for? Was the Java Porter or whatever?
Oh yeah, I was looking for a vanilla Java Porter. My
Dude,
friend
I can't drink more than like 2 of those.
They're good. They're just really heavy. Like porters in general. I gotta preface this. I drink whatever. Like I'm not very specific. If it wasn't for my best friend Destiny, who is a bartender and a beer snob, I just drink piss because whatever's available. I never really cared that much. But she's like, this is cool. I like sours. These are porters. And now it's like, I go and I look at the beer aisle, and everyone's like, dude, just grab a 30 rack. I'm like, no. I need something with character. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Peasant.
yeah. That was I was at Meyer today. And I found out if any of you guys have drank at the Jolly Pumpkin. They're
Yeah.
all like those sour beers. They sell them there, but they sell them in like big, like malt bottles, so they're huge. But dude, yeah, just like swept me away. I didn't even think you could find those anywhere. Other
Like
than
like a 28 ounce or whatever the fuck.
it's like I
Not
don't even
yet
know.
a 40.
It's like a tall boy, but in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
There's probably a little more in it. It just, I mean, if you had one of those to yourself, you'd be done. Like you're fucked. So
What Meyer did you go to? Because I got actually an interesting comment about Meyer.
oh, I go to the one in Westland. So
Okay.
Warren and Newburgh.
Can you buy whiskey there?
I don't know. I haven't bought whiskey there yet, but I think it was out on the shelves.
Can't buy whiskey at the one at Middle Belt in 96, and it pisses me
Really?
off every time.
The one
Why not? Like
the
it's just
one-
not there at all.
They just don't have it, and it's like super annoying because
specifically whiskey.
specifically whiskey, because I'll go there and I'll be like, shit, I can just grab alcohol from Meyer because they're 24, and I'll run up there and it's close, and you walk in there and I'm like, okay, you got beer and you got wine. I'm like, where's the whiskey? And I've done this on multiple occasions, and I don't know why. I just can't fucking remember. I walk in there, I'm like, there's no whiskey. And I ask not the same attendant, but like I seem to run into the same kind of person that's like stocking the shelves in the same fucking place every time. I'm like, you guys have whiskey? And they're like, nope, never do. I'm like, why the
That's
fuck?
weird.
Oh,
It's
The one
super-
that the one episode that we did with Jacob where I made like the Irish coffees or whatever, the Tullamore Dew whiskey. I got that at a Meyer by my house.
And I know a lot of Meyers do carry it, like the new Meyer, the Woodward Corner Market, which is like a subsect of Meyer. They have a whole whiskey like section. So it's really weird that Meyer specifically doesn't carry whiskey.
You said which one?
Yeah.
Of what 96?
Middle Belt 96, right by where that
Oh,
old
yeah, yeah.
bowling alley is, where Evan shoots the lover sign. It's
Yeah.
like right across the street.
If your mom and your girlfriend switch bodies, and the only way to get them to go back to normal is to bang one of them, which one would you fuck?
Jesus Christ.
wait, your mom and
I would always. I don't remember how you always say it, but you said this one before. I would do the one where my mom doesn't know it happened. So if I have to bang my mom's body, my girlfriend's the only one that knows that for
I've asked this one before.
That's straight. Yeah.
Damn, I don't know, man. If you do the mom, the girlfriend in the mom's body, you're banging the vagina you left. So that's kind of like I guess that's kind of like fucked up poetic shit right there. You're entering where you just came from.
But I mean, like, imagine doing your girlfriend, but then your mom's like, "Oh, you fucked me," but for like forever, she knows it.
Oh God, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that is tough.
That's like the one where it's like, what would you rather walk in on, like your dad fucking your dog or your dog fucking your dad?
Yeah.
Dad fucking dog.
I guess maybe that's a little easier. I don't know if the concept.
She'd be like, "Dad, what are you doing?" Rather than like, "Dad, what the fuck, man? You can't control this dog."
That one would have more comedic factor either way.
It's like the lights turn down thing where it's like the two people.
Oh, I'm make a switch or whatever.
Yeah.
Flip the switch. God damn, that one would, dude. I saw one. Was that I don't even know where I saw it, but there was one where it was like these. There's just like a couple dancing in their bathroom, and then did the switch or whatever, and she's just fucking blowing them. And it was on TikTok.
I saw that.
I was like, "Whoa, bro!"
Worst sack.
Worst sack?
Yeah, worst sack.
I sacked the big rail at Simplicity back in the day, and I was wearing plaid pants and sunglasses.
I've definitely done it, but I don't have one that stands out. Thank God.
I can't really think of a sack.
If I've ever stacked anything, it's usually like a thin ledge where it's like the inner thigh. It's not really like your nuts, but you're like you just scrape the fuck out of your inner thigh.
I gotta say, like
the
closest that I've came from a sack, I was skating up that down rail that's at Birmingham Park. It's off of the little box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to board slide up it, and it was like many attempts in. I was getting tired. And board just didn't pop. Front foot went over the rail, fell into it, but I was able to kind of trip over the rail, but my shin ended up going into the side of the angle iron on the box. And that just wrecked my leg completely. So I didn't sack, but I ended up fucking up my leg. Big
I credit carded trying to hard flip the long four at Riley before.
Oh, that's actually perfect. Fucking, my story is I used to do the skate tour thing with Oakland University back in the day, and it was through collegiate
What?
skate. Yeah, this is actually really wild, and also like shouts out fucking collegiate skate tour, but also Oakland University for like sending college students to go skateboard. Like that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's dope.
So back in the day, like when I went to Oakland, this kid Chris and this other dude named Keegan ran this thing called the Collegiate Skate Tour, and the concept behind it was like it was before skateboarding was in the Olympics, so they were pushing to get it into the Olympics, but also to have college education sponsor skateboarders and provide free education for them, and kind of view it as what it is like an extreme sport that is incredibly difficult, and like people that are in it should be, I guess, praised, like not everyone can be an amazing skateboarder. And if you have the aptitude to be so and could end up in the Olympics at a certain point, like you should be treated as such, like an Olympic athlete. So during this program, like we would do contests across the country, and we would do one in New York around October, like every year. And we had the contest at Astoria. And like, I mean, you guys know me. I'm not fucking like Dustin or anybody. So like, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm going to try to skate this contest and hope I get like 12th or like fucking
last.
Yeah, last. There you go. Corey being one. So fucking, I'm skating the contest, having a good time, like just fucking around. And then the best trick comes up and I'm like, all right, I can at least do one of 3 tricks. And the best trick's down this big pyramid. Have you guys been to Astoria Park before? Have any one of you?
No.
I think so.
Not anyways.
So like there's this big fucking like MLK pyramid. It's essentially Riley's MLK ledge, but like a little smoother and like obviously not like shitty. We're skating down it, and it's just fucking like it's 50 dudes throwing their boards down every second, trying to do a trick
It's
down.
probably madness.
Yeah,
Classic.
absolute madness.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I got inward heel, I got hard flip, I got tray flip. Those are like my tricks, and as long as I do them before some other asshole does them, I'm gonna get something. So of course tray flip gets done. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do hard flip. It's feeling great. It's feeling amazing. I'm like, oh, dude, all this pumped up energy. I'm in New York. I'm skating for a fucking team. Like, this is going to be sick. Like, I do it. I catch it front foot. I'm like, oh, so stoked. As I'm about to land, I fucking
Credit card.
Yep. Credit card the shit out of myself. And I have to say, like, think of how the kid inward heeled Carl.
Oh, dude, classic.
But with a hard flip. It went so far up my ass and split the balls. Like, I cried in front of 50 men that day.
Oh my God.
My balls were black the next day. That's how bad it was.
Oh.
Dude, that reminds me of we were in Chicago. Unfortunately, this was never filmed because we found this rail. I don't know if we like just saw it off the side of the road, but like we found this rail, and it's actually the one that Mike Kroc heel flip back 50s. I don't remember which part it is, but I think it's his ender. It's like a tall green rail. So he tries board slide, and his like, the classic like your front foot comes off.
Oh yeah.
And just fucking completely full sacks this rail. Like it's tall, so like his feet don't even touch the ground. And then just like literally like we're putting our like, you show up to a spot, you put your stuff down, you put your phone down and like all that, kind of like assess the spot. Neil's already fucking sitting on the rail and fucking just like then gets tossed because his feet don't even touch the ground. And then
for the trip too.
And then like around the side of the building there's like a triple set, and he ollies that. So I'm like, oh, whatever, he's fine, And then long story short, we get back to the house, and Neil like comes out of the bathroom or whatever, just like with his pants off and his underwear on. And he's like, yo, boys, I think this is pretty bad. And his fucking like literally from like his like groin to like his knees are just like purple. Like,
oh,
dude, it was fucking insane. And I was like, kind of bummed that I was like, dude, I mean, I don't want you to sack, but like at least wait for me to film it because, dude, it was insane. This is a super tall rail, basically just straight full sack.
I think about that sometimes. Is like I feel like if I was to film with you or anything, I'd have some great bails to contribute. I don't know how many good tricks. No, but actually, I should take that back because when we filmed that one time, that was probably some of the. And I know it was skating that fucking rock spot in Livonia, but that was
dude, you were eating some shit.
It was good. It was good shit eating, but also that was like that was the first time that I had skated street and filmed street in so long, and it felt so good because it happened so quick.
Dude, it was like that. You like look up, you're like, oh, that like relief of like, oh, fucking thank God, like it's like written all over your face. It's so funny.
Well, because like fucking, I forgot who were we.
It was pretty late that night too.
Yeah, it was late. Like I could tell, like you were like, all right, he might not get it, and like I felt like that was the point. The thing like I like most about skating when people haven't landed their shit yet is because you're like, oh, like he's still good to go and still hasn't landed it, so like I'm not taking up people's time because like.
Oh, you mean like when other people are skating with you? You mean?
Yeah, like when you're filming me and shit, like, and like I'm like joining in on a session, like I'm like, oh, okay, sick. Like if other people haven't landed their shit yet, I'm not wasting the filmer's time. I'm like, I don't want to like hit you up and be like, I got a trick, and then like you're through 3 tapes of just me eating shit, and it's like.
Hey man, you're not the only one that's happened to, so don't feel bad.
I feel it, but like it's like. As soon as it gets to that point and like you can kind of like read the room, it's like people are like, I don't know if he's gonna do it. He's tired or something. I'm like, damn, I better just put it down. Like, I'd like don't want to just like walk away. So the fact that I
do
even
it to the right people too.
Yeah,
because I've been like when we were in I'm not even gonna say who and when, but there was a time recently when I was trying something all by myself and I could tell everyone was over it, and it's a bummer. Like if other people are tired or like over it, but they're still like positive with you, that's completely different.
Yeah.
My broken ankles and broken bones are off some stupid shit. Like I'm so embarrassed of like the first one. I don't even care at this point because I'm like whatever. Like it's not like that sweet, but it's also just a really funny ass story. So I'm ollieing boards. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like as soon as you say that, it's like, oh god, it's like really.
So I'm skating flat, right?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. I'm literally skating flat. Fucking, is that a skate camp at the rec center park? I was like 14 or something, and like they set up like 3 boards, 4 boards. They're at 5 boards, and I'm like, I can do 5 boards. Like I think so. I got a high ollie. I'm a tall guy, so I pop, and my foot just comes off the front.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, all right, let's put my feet down, and then just rolls over it, and I'm like, oh my god, like on the ground, like rolling around like a fucking baby, like my leg's broken.
Isn't that dude? It's a crazy feeling, isn't it?
It is. It's insane. Like
yeah.
And then I don't know.
I actually felt it break, and I was like, oh my god, that was a feeling I never like. Is not what I thought I would feel like, and that's something I never want to feel ever again.
And you like hear the crack. That's the thing. Like people are like, you can't hear it. I'm like, no, you absolutely fucking.
I heard it. Yeah.
So I went through that year out completely, and this is actually really funny because I broke my foot twice in the same year. So like,
jeez.
The whole year I was essentially it was like a year and a half. I just didn't even touch a skateboard. So I go to St. Mary's. By the way, just a footer here. Don't ever fucking go to St. Mary's ever. For anything medical related. Yeah. Like just don't. So I go there, and they had to do surgery on my leg. So I got 1 screw and a pin in my ankle. And I look at the doctor. I'm like, okay, so 1 screw. And he's like, yeah, it's no big deal, man. It's just 1 screw. It's not that bad.
Oh, you broke the same leg.
Yeah, the same fucking. It's the same
ankle.
I extended the break. So he tells me, this is my own fault, probably just being a 14-year-old dumbass. But like, the dude's like, yeah, you're good. Go skate. And it's like a week out of the cast. So I'm like, you're sure? And I'm like, yeah, dude, go skate. Go have fun. So I go skate.
He like,
well, he probably just thinks like you're gonna go.
Cruise. Yeah.
Yeah, roll around probably not. Probably
No,
five
He just-
boards.
Or he just doesn't know the extent of what skating means.
yeah. So like I go to try to eat the rec center. I go back to the rec center, go figure, and I'm kick flipping into the fucking half pipe because
Ooh.
Schwam was doing it, and I was like, yeah, I gotta try to be like Schwam, or I gotta do something Schwam's doing. So I'm like kick flipping in, and I stick one, and I'm like, awesome. Like I am not that far off my board. Like I'm back on it. I'm doing it. And the next one I float, and I just like catch primo, and I try to kick it away, and then like my foot just goes under me, and I break it again.
Yeah.
I'm like a week.
From like a height like that too. It's
I knew it too. As soon as I hit the ground, I was like, I fucking broke my foot again. I just stood up and I like hobbled out. Everyone was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, it's broken." Like I called my dad. He picked me up, and I went back to the same fucking orthopedic surgeon. And he looked at my X-rays, like, "Yeah, I think that screw acted as a pivot point." And yeah, I think it broke your foot again. I was like, I'm gonna knock you out, dude.
Oh my
sue
god.
that asshole.
But even before that, like even before I broke it again, they had to get the pin out. And dude, I will never forget this as long as I live. The dude looks me dead in the face and he's like, "Yeah, man, this will take 5 minutes. I'm just gonna, open this little incision and take the pin out. It'll be nothing." Fucking hour later, this dude is digging in my ankle. I have no pain medication. And he's like, I can't get a hold of the pin. I don't know why. I looked at my dad and I looked at this dude and I looked him dead in the face. Like, you better get that in the next fucking 5 minutes or I'm kicking you in the face. Like, I'm not kidding you. I said that to this old ass, like, crusty old man. I was like, get out of my ankle or I'm kicking you, like, with my good leg.
Get out of my
With my good leg.
But yeah, after I broke it the second time, they put 2 more screws in it, and then like I was like I'm just gonna sit on my ass for like 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
It was
man.
rough. Actually, like Mitch Moore and Dan Blackwell hit me up like 8 months after it, and they were like, "You still skate?" And that's like what kind of got me back into it because I was so tentative. Like honestly, I spent like maybe a year afterwards not even trying anything.
Don't blame me, honestly.
Took me a lot to like actually start trying to like do crazy shit again. At least there's some glory in that, like there's some glory.
It makes a good story,
Yeah,
Like,
it
I was
does.
ollieing 5 boards. All right, this is funny. I'm intrigued.
No, like the fact that there's a comedic value to it, at least I appreciate. Because if it was like, there's like a fine line. There's like, is it funny? Is it stupid? Or not stupid? Is it funny or is it glorious? And the middle line is just dumb. Like,
right. I know my aunt rolled her ankle like walking down the stairs at a Plymouth Whalers game. Like imagine that.
oh no,
Oh,
the fucking
that'd be terrible. Actually.
I always wonder like, are we like as skateboarders like could that just not happen to us? Are we like mentally trained to like if we fell down those stairs, if we stepped down those stairs wrong, we know how to bail. Like we're not gonna. But then again, because like they tell you like if you're skating like a rail or a set of stairs, like never fall sideways. Like you should always fall first. Like it'd be better to like hot pocket or like bend your leg a weird way than to step sideways and roll it down a set of stairs.
Oh yeah, right.
So it's like in that moment, would we like as skateboarders be like, oh shit, fall? But then again, I don't know, maybe not. But like I've never like rolled my shit stepping off a curb, walking into mire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, and I feel like we're like predisposed to not do that type of shit. Like, because when you look at a curb, I don't look at a curb as like an edge that I'm gonna just step on this edge and be fine. Like I'm gonna step over the curb.
Oh, that's the perfect segue to a question I've been wanting to ask for a long time.
Oh God.
How tall, Jake, does a curb have to be for it to be a ledge?
Ooh.
At what point is a curb too tall that we consider a ledge?
I don't know. Is this pre or post Slappy popularity?
If the Slappy turns into a wall ride, that's the height that makes it a ledge.
See,
But you can no longer Slappy it, and you need to wall ride it to get into a grind.
You watch like Love Child and like fucking all the older videos and stuff where it's like dudes are doing like tray flip nose blunt on curbs. It's like hard for me to really say that like something could not be a ledge. just because
Okay.
much of early skateboarding, what ledges were just curbs. So like, I'm okay with saying that any curb is a ledge, just because I've watched the old videos and understood that. I know that like nowadays it's like, okay, Tiago can switchback tail like 30. Oh no, even before that, Brandon
countertop.
Beagle.
But what I'm saying though is like if you oh man, where's the I don't know, like if you go to like a local store or whatever and they got a nicely painted curb, are you calling that a curb or are you calling that a ledge? And if it was taller, at what point would you no longer call that a curb?
I
2
mean,
feet.
And why is it not called? You said what?
2 feet.
2 feet?
Yeah,
2
I'd
feet.
say that.
Yeah, I was going to say a curb is. I would almost feel like it's something
You
that.
don't have to pop onto.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have to pop onto. Everybody could comfortably almost ride onto it or slappy it. With a ledge, it would almost be anything you can pop on, maybe even only like a foot in height. Like if you have to pop onto it, I kind of consider that a ledge. Like sure, you could slappy onto it and whatnot, but it's bigger than, a curb.
'Cause there are some there's like some tall curbs too.
That
you
is
see,
true,
that you see every
yeah.
now and again.
Yeah. I feel like I misunderstood the question. No, I do agree though. I agree that the foot, the 2 feet, like that probably would dictate a ledge.
And also, why do we just call it a curb because that's what society calls it? Why do we not call it a one stair?
That's a good question. I guess maybe just because what society refers to it as, or maybe
Right.
like it's automotive terminology, like a curb, like,
Yeah, we just adopted that.
Yeah. I love the story. I love watching the old. I don't remember the name of the videos, but like, you ever watch that video that's like the documentary on Hubba Hideout?
Yeah.
And they talk about like what Hubba actually used to be, like Hubba.
Yeah, where they
Street.
would go get crack or whatever.
Yeah, like Hubba is crack.
Hubba hideout. Yeah.
Yeah. So like now we refer to like down ledges or like fucking big ass down ledges as Hubbas, and that's just like super fucking.
I've
weird.
actually never considered it as down ledges. I've always called them hubbas. But yeah, that is kind of crazy. I never knew that until whatever that video was or whatever where they were explaining like why Hubba Hideout's called Hubba Hideout.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the original Hubba, right?
Yeah. Still
Which
nuts
is crazy.
to me that Mike Carroll front feebled that.
I tried to find it. Yeah, I tried to find it when Dan and I were there.
Oh, here's a good question. Do you
What we
think
got?
Wallenberg will get skate stopped?
Why is there rumors that it would?
No, I just like El Toro's getting skate stopped. Carlsbad's gone. Like how many legendary spots are left? And like,
Dude, Wallenberg's gnarly.
I know,
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
I ollied the 2.
That's cool.
And then I was like rolling up to the 3, and Dan was like, "Should we film it?" I was like, "No." Like, how lame would it be if I just go to Wallenberg and ollie the 3? Dude, I honestly should have just done it just to do it, and then like put it in the middle of my part. She's like, "Dan, did he ollie Wallenberg?" Just like quickly put it in there. That would have been pretty funny. And I broke my leg a week later, so probably should have done that, huh?
This is kind of a good question though, because like, you know how people are.
That is a good question. Because did they do something
like
Clipper
I feel
too?
like
Clipper, yeah.
Clipper, yeah.
Clipper's done too.
That one's pretty
There's
good.
there's another famous stair set that got poles at the bottom.
The Wilshire.
Yeah, Wilshire.
Yeah, Wilshire.
Dude, my friend Reefy, who like I lived in Atlanta. Well, I was in Atlanta for an internship for like 3 months, and there's like I just like went to the local skate park there every day, and one of the homies there that I skated with was that Reefy dude that ollied that and posted it before Clint Walker's part. That was pretty funny. That whole beef.
Yeah.
Actually, that just popped up recently again. I think like I saw it on another Skate Line episode where they were talking like because he popped up again.
Yeah, he just put out a new part.
Yeah, so they were talking about that again, and honestly, it's like this was what I was gonna ask you like 5 seconds ago because you were talking about if I should have just ollied Wallenberg, and it's like are people that aren't recognized as pros on the same standard, like dudes that can like do shit like that and like put that shit out, like, and someone puts that as their ender and that ends up being the cover of Thrasher, and just because it's like not a Clint Walker, like, does it fucking matter? It's like you could
the internet really like opened that.
Like that one dude who switched backside flipped Wallenberg when Forrest was trying to switch flip it. And like they were both doing switch flip, and the guy pulled, you see it in the video, like the dude pulled that kid aside. It was Grant something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like he pulls him aside and he's like, "Yo, don't do switch flip. Forrest is gonna do it." And then he switch backside flips it, and it's like, so like you're held to a different standard because you're not a professional or amateur officially, but at the same time, I don't really think it fucking matters. Like,
that's a good point.
If you're able to do a trick on a spot just because it's an NBD doesn't mean that it isn't worth seeing, because ultimately there's like a handful of motherfuckers that can actually do it. So like if you can do it, in my mind, like if I ever ended up at Wallenberg and was like, I'm gonna ollie this, like fuck yeah, I'm filming that. Like, you know what I mean?
All right, well, let me reiterate though for a second before people are like, okay, I said I was gonna ollie the 3, not the 4.
No, I know what you're saying.
Because the 4, dude, that fucking set, there's a reason why they need a roll in to skate it. Like the thing's ginormous. But yeah, no, that's actually a good point, because and I wonder if that's just because like my homie Reefy posted that, like with the internet, like he had the ability to post that on Instagram and have that blow up. There's so many people, like, dude, so funny. Recently I've just been tagging Scuba Steve on like all of Robbie's posts, trying to get Robbie hooked up, because dude, there are so many, like Robbie, Dustin, the Crocs, fucking Brennan, even Sprudy, Jay-Z. There's so many like people in Michigan that deserve way more than they do, and it's because they don't live in California, or they don't know these people, or don't know those people. Like, and I'm not saying like they're, these people are better than those people, those are better than these, we deserve more than the pros, blah 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 blah. But there's that dude who did the switch backside flip. No one even knows who he is, or no one was expecting Reefy to ollie that 15 because no one knew who he was. Like, and I feel like the internet really is helping that, but at the same time, yeah, I agree. It's like, it's kind of interesting to think about all that.
I mean, yeah, and to go off that, like, dude, I remember before the Zoomies contest at the Michigan Theater, like, I remember telling people about this all the time, because, like, the dudes who showed up that weren't from, like, the area, that showed up at Ride It Park and were, like, sketched out when the cops rolled by and then, like, didn't do anything. They just, like, drove by and dipped out, and they were like, why did they just dip out? And I'm like, dude, it's Detroit. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah.
They're not going to step out of their cars for, like, 50 people. They just don't get paid enough. And it's like Detroit's put on so much for itself for so long, and the skateboarding scene. And I always love to tell people about this. Like I talked up Detroit so much when I was in New York. And like, I mean, granted, I'm really nobody, but at the same time, like, Steve, you were one of the last filmers, like, in the area. And like,
dude, that's the reason why I'm still here. Is like I like, not to sound cheesy or cliche, but like I love Michigan skateboarding. That's the only reason I'm like, because I've always had I've always been like, oh, I want to go somewhere warm, or I want to move to Puerto Rico or do something like that. You know what I mean? Like, but fucking you guys, you're not nobody. Like the fact that like we all know each other, like the close knit of Michigan skateboarding is fucking badass, honestly.
Yeah, like for so long to where it was just like, oh, it's the shops that dictate like shit that's popping, remember what was it, Audio that came through Concrete Jungle?
Mm-hmm.
That was like one of the only demos that happened in like the memorable years. And then after fucking Zoomies, and then Skate Rock, and then no, not Skate Rock, it was Wild in the Streets, then Skate Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Then like
a lot of pros didn't even want to come here for Heartlines because they're like, I'm not coming to Detroit.
Exactly. So it's like you had all this shit pop off, and then people started realizing like, yo, the community in Detroit is fucking sick. And that's something that I've always held over so much other things, is because like there really isn't any animosity. It's just like motherfuckers just understand that it's like it's really just like it's us or nothing, and that's like super dope because like you go to Cali and it's like bro culture skateboarding, you know.
There's also too many motherfuckers out there. Like, whether
Yeah,
they, you know what I mean? Like, there's too many people to have the kind of community that a smaller place like Detroit has, or like I really I'm really hyped on like Minnesota has a really like similar community as Detroit does. Like, they're smaller, but like it seems like they're all like, if you ever watch a Minnesota video, there's always like a few people in all of those videos, which is what you kind of still see in Detroit videos too. You know what I mean?
yeah. What I gotta ask this question just because like I feel like you have a better understanding of it than I do. Like the Arizona explosion being so tied to the Midwest, like
Well, most of well, because I know a lot of like you think of like Rob Sorch moved out there for a while, and everyone followed him. Jackson is obviously from Michigan, and he moved out there, and Pyramid Country really blew up. People think Pyramid Country is from Arizona, and it's not.
yeah.
And I feel like those types of trails brought more Michigan people with them. I mean, Dinescu and all his crew live out there now, and they skate with the Pyramid Country dudes. Jonathan Pierce is from Michigan. Why that is, I'm not sure. Like, why specifically some of them went out there. Like, who the original dudes were that went out there. Like, the Scum House. Like, a lot of those dudes are Michigan dudes.
Murder or Die too.
Yeah.
Yep, Murder Die. Yeah, like any of those. Like the reasoning why all that happening, I'm not entirely sure, but
I like it because I feel like, and I've been super stoked about it too, just looking at it, just because like you see Dave getting like mad shine from Thrasher, and you see like all that shit like Pyramid Country, like Thrasher genuinely fucks with Pyramid Country.
Yeah.
And that like really like is super tight because I know like everyone's like, oh, these kids from Arizona, and it's like, no, these kids that are transplants from the Midwest, and that's super tight. Like, and it just brings more shit back here.
There's always definitely like, not to cut you off, Jake, but there's always like a humbling or like, I don't know, you relate to it when you see people out of the Midwest get that recognition or that coverage. That's what I've always been super hyped up on. And it even comes down to Detroit skateboarding too. There's like, even within the state itself, it's like if you travel outside of Detroit, if you go out west to like Kazoo or Grand Rapids, it's like, it's a little different out there compared to, you know, the Detroit tight-knit circle that a lot of us, you know, we're exposed to all the time. If you go up north as well, it's different. So that's always something that I found really cool about the Detroit scene. It just seems like it's a lot more tight-knit, cut the bullshit, like everybody's just down with each other.
Yeah.
And then where everything was put on the map a few years back with like, you know, Heartlines and whatnot, it was cool to see the city get some coverage, but it kind of has tapered off since then.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Vans has stayed relevant, but you know, with helping out, working within the city. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool being from a city where it's like, you know, it's not exactly on the map like New York, maybe even Chicago, but we definitely throw our chime in there like when needed and get recognized for it.
It's authentic because a lot of people try to play that like everybody in New York's got a story, that type of shit. Everybody in Chicago's got a story, that type of shit. But like how many people are like, you know, when people are like, oh, where are you from? And you're like, oh, I'm from Detroit. And you bring up things like community.
And they're like, oh, where's that rail? Where's that rail with the bank on the side?
Yeah. You know, there's little things that are
Pontiac.
Like. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a thing too, is like the spots that are so spread out too.
No, yeah.
But
I mean, we all say Chicago.
We all say Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess just getting down to the meat of it, like, I have so much more love for the things that come out of here, like community push, like fucking every trans premiere, like fucking homegrown stuff, just because like people actually work their asses off for it, and there's so much people that, like, I agree, do deserve the recognition, like Robbie, like look at the shit that Mason was doing like back in the day.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
you know,
Mason fucking deserves to be hooked up too. Yeah.
like there's just so much, like there's so many fucking people that have come out of this area code or just this general Metro Detroit area that like have done things on spots that people are like, oh, that looks pretty simple, but you go there and it's like,
Yeah. Wait, what? Yeah.
it's not fucking easy. So I don't know. I'll always like be happily repping like Refuge. Like,
I mean, I guess that's a good point. The way that you put it that way is like whether we fucking get on Thrasher or a company or whatever, like at least, you know, we're all fucking hyped on each other, which is dope. Like fucking premiere nights, you know, it's dope to like all come together and be like, yo, what the fuck, you did that? Like, that's insane, you know? Like, it's cool that we can all be hyped on each other about that.
I always, and this is gonna sound kind of strange, but like I always look forward to watching Schwam parts, just because like
me too. As I'm editing it, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Like I know him, and I mean I know all of you, but like I know, like I watch him eat shit on like easy things, and that like stokes me out because like I eat shit on a lot of easy things, and I'm like, damn, Schwam works hard for his shit.
Dude, I've been thinking about making just like an edit of just like all his extras.
Is there a bunch? Like honestly, is there
Oh, dude, some of the best. Yeah, there's I got loads. Some of the best though are his GLG ones, dude. Just because he's like 16 at the time, so he's got like a high, like
the high pitched Schwam.
Yeah.
The tight pants, long haired Schwam.
Marry, fuck, kill. Gushers, fruit by the foot, or shark bites.
All right.
It's a really hot topic. Really hot topic.
All right.
Also, Jake, when was the last time you had shark bites?
All right, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you.
1992.
I have never had shark bites.
Exactly.
I haven't had either. I don't think.
I have had them. But yeah, kill them.
But everybody kills. Everybody.
Yeah. I'm killing the shark bites because I don't know them, so I don't feel any remorse.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna fuck gushers because they got the gooey insides.
Ooh, okay.
And you're gonna marry what?
I'm gonna marry fruit by the foot, man.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go.
Dude,
Yes.
the first time when we talked about this, I went out and bought 2 family-size boxes of gushers.
For real?
I love gushers, man.
How long did that last you?
I don't need those.
Not that
in my
long.
mouth.
Did you know? Yeah. Did you know they make big bags, like big single bags? Like, you know how you get like a big bag of candy of like Sour Patch Kids? They make big bags of gushers.
Oh, jeez.
That's
You know, the
wild.
thing that I always
So you can
remember
eat-
about
You can
Gushers-
eat 6 packs of gushers in one sitting and not feel like you ate 6 separate bags of gushers.
But how big's the bag? Because if it's as big as my head, I'm definitely gonna still know I ate 6 bags.
Well, you know, like you know those like big bag, like a candy or a like a movie size candy bag of like Sour Patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, gushers.
That's not bad.
The thing that I always think about gushers though is that, you know, you get down to the bottom of the bag and then they're just all stuck together.
Yeah.
And dude, like that, I don't know, it kills
So,
it for me because like.
Are you picking them apart, or are you eating all 4 of those
No,
stuff
you
together?
don't pick them apart.
You got to do it all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever
I agree.
if you pick it apart, you're a fucking sociopath.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
So
just
it's like-
enjoy it for what it is.
that's
I
right.
don't know. Fruit by the foot though.
That's like
You know,
that's like
I
all
can
the
say it
crushed up
correctly,
like
just
salt
sound-
bits at the end of like a pretzel bag. You gotta just.
Okay, tell us. Can you explain the difference between fruit by the foot and fruit roll up?
Oh God. I feel like fruit by the foot is a little like.
Don't worry. Anything that you say right now will be better than my response.
Fruit by the foot, I feel like has like. Didn't it have like fucking like little seed shit in it? Like,
Which one are you talking about?
Fruit by the foot. Fruit roll up was like a clean roll. Like there was nothing in it. But fruit by the foot had like little fucking like tiny like.
You could like kind of rip it apart. Yeah, it was like a pattern.
Yeah. There was something. There was different about it. And Fruit Roll Up had the fucking like stamps. Like you
Tongue stamps.
Fruit Roll
Yeah,
Up
he got it.
had-
He got it figured out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fruit Roll Up had the like the tongue tattoos.
Tongue tattoos.
And
That'd be a good video name. Tongue
it
tattoos.
was like a little sheet almost that was rolled up.
Oh man, this just reminds me of Corey's original.
Dude.
No,
Oh
seriously
man,
though, because, like,
200s.
you had the fucking like the legit roll, and then the other one was just like it was like a folded piece of like it was like a piece of paper that someone just like folded over a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the difference. Like one was like
Which is one? Which one is? What's the one that you roll up, and what's the paper?
Fruit Roll Up was the roll up, and Fruit by the Foot was the fucking paper.
Nope.
No, you're wrong.
You're screwing him. He had it the right way.
Yeah.
Wait,
Because he
Fruit
Fruit by the Foot was the one that had like the patterns and shit in it, which is the whole roll, and then
Yes.
the Fruit Roll Up is like the foldable one, like the sheet almost. He had it. He was saying it right.
Well, you described it right. Yeah.
You coerced him to say it wrong.
Fake news. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
That's why I keep bringing this one up. It's a conversation starter.
Hey, I know my random fruit snacks.
I thought you were about to say I know my rights.
I know my rights.
Oh yeah.
Would you bang your cousin to win the Powerball?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no, just because all my cousins are mostly dudes. So
Okay.
I'm gonna take.
All right. If you had a
We're
female
talking
one
like
though.
a couple 100 million.
Depends. If we're still in Michigan, hell no. If we're in the South, maybe.
If you drive a Tacoma, it's just part of the. Or if you drive a Ford, it's just
If
part
you
of
drive a
the
Ford
territory. Yeah.
Ford F-150.
How old's the Ford? We're talking pre-2014.
If you drive a F-150 at all, you're a sister fucker.
Oh shit, F-150.
Would you rather spend the rest of your life in a country music video or a rap music video?
Rap for sure.
Yeah,
Rap.
probably the rap for sure. I just spilled beer all over my fucking computer. That's funny.
Country, because it's a lot of hot white women.
Then you sound racist.
But you live in it.
Because I like white women.
You don't like white women?
What is grin fucking?
I mean, it kind of sounds like you're smiling like a donut.
Grin fucking.
Grin fucking.
Like what?
I don't know. You gotta.
He's preoccupied.
I am preoccupied, I must say, but I am interested to hear what the response is.
Smiling like a donut's a pretty good answer. Corey?
Smiling like a donut. I would say grin fucking is like you're like grinning through it, but you're not into it. So you're like, cool.
This is almost okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I would say kind of like eye candy, eye fucking, you're grin fucking, like you're looking at it, you're like, trying to fuck girl, you know?
I'm gonna kind of give that to Corey because it's like grinning and being really nice to someone's face, but then you just completely fuck them over like after.
Grin fucking. Okay.
Like
Nice to them,
I
you're
don't.
smiling, but you stab right in the back right after.
You're like, oh.
Definitely don't hate you.
What does it mean? What does on the blade mean?
On the blade?
Yeah.
On the blade?
Yep. I would rather be on the blade than exploited in a minimum wage job.
It sounds like on the edge, like, or maybe like you're fucking on the blade. I don't know.
On the blade.
Welfare, maybe?
No.
On the blade.
These kids come up with some crazy street terms.
This was submitted by El Biffo in February of 2017.
Isn't that crazy to think that like 2017, like things that are created in that time frame are now like, you know, like I don't think of 2017 as like that far in the past. So
Best year ever.
Yeah,
that year was insane.
I mean, on the blade, like in the reference of your sentence of the minimum wage job, you know, just like a bartender job or a freelance job where, you know, you're living on the blade, like you might not get paid as much as you thought you did. You might get more than you thought you did.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Corey legitimately looks like he's in that kitchen right now.
I am.
It's a place or places where sex workers do business.
On the blade.
Prostituting, letting all the homies fuck. Mostly prostituting, just flat out being a slut. What is October 30th? What happens on that day?
Devil's Night.
yeah, Devil's Night.
Yeah.
Nope.
Angels Night?
Nope.
I don't
Think
know.
completely different.
October 30th.
Weather is involved.
A spike in candy sales.
No, a good call.
You said what?
Weather.
Think weather.
Think weather.
First day of winter?
No. First day of winter.
That's like December something, isn't it?
December 21st.
Yeah. Oh, it's the 21st. I always think of winter and summer because spring doesn't exist here.
Yeah.
Technically, any season doesn't really exist here.
Yeah, true.
We don't know. We don't invoke times of season here. They just happen.
No.
This is National Give Your Girl a Sweatshirt Day. It's the day before Halloween and probably will be cold, so bro, give it to him.
What?
No.
Well,
That's
good
when
to
things
know.
start getting cold, and that's when you gotta start giving your chick sweaters.
That is good to know.
What is a ScoMo?
ScoMo.
It's a person.
I know FOMO, but I don't know ScoMo.
I think that's a scummy bro. That's your scummy bro.
That is
It's
your
probably as
scummy,
close
bro.
as anyone's gonna get, honestly.
Yo, you got like is that a fucking bun toaster behind you?
Yeah, what is that? Is that
Looks
a pizza oven?
like a Wendy's bun toaster.
Right here? Over this region?
Yeah.
That's Corey, I'm surprised you don't know what that is. It's a print dryer.
Ah.
Oh yeah. You
It looks
your-
like the
pizza tray on the left there.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
it's like a Wendy's bun toaster.
No, it toasts my darkroom prints if I had a darkroom. or
That's why it's not plugged in.
yeah, because there's no purpose to it. I would just put normal pieces of paper through it and just pretend.
Just make sure it's extra dry.
Yeah, this normal piece of paper is very dry. It's ready for all the.
Sounds like you need to put your keyboard through there.
No, actually the keyboard wasn't the main concern. Honestly, it like went down the back end of my desk, so I was like, oh shit. But I realized that I put my my like cords off to the right, so it's fine. I have a carpet in my room, so it's like, or a rug, so I'm like, eh. But the dogs used to piss on this rug anyway, so whatever.
ScoMo boys, come on. ScoMo.
I said gay skeleton.
Gay skeleton.
I feel like ScoMo is it's gotta be a gummy dude who's into other men.
It's weird because I don't understand the word ScoMo. It's like shit was going really tits up at work this week, so I ScoMo'd off to a tropical island. It's the person who's in charge who leaves things to others when a difficult or emergency situation arises. This person just like bails on shit. No J.
No J.
Is it someone who doesn't kill their wife?
Can you spell that?
Because it sounds like OJ.
Yeah, you're right. Someone who didn't do it but is being pronounced guilty, so it's the opposite. He is the opposite of OJ who did it but got off scot-free.
Oh, so I
it's
got
someone who
it?
did Yeah, so it's someone who didn't do it but they get convicted.
Nice.
You're no J.
See, all right, I'm happy about that one.
Jane needs to let her no J boyfriend off the hook. Just because he has a hot coworker doesn't mean they're doing it.
See, I know what the kids like.
You know,
Wait, that didn't.
you're not that old.
I feel old as fuck though. Like even when you
How old
worked,
are you?
25. Even when you worked with me at Schoolcraft, I felt like an old man.
I mean, I was fucking 19.
22, maybe 21, 22.
Yeah, it's starting. to
Wait,
weigh
if you're
on me
25,
now.
what, are you going to be 26 this year?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm 24, so you only got 2 on me.
I'm gonna be 25 this year, and I'm like, whoo.
Wait,
I'm amazing, dude. I'm
Steve.
going. I got.
I'm gonna be fucking 29, assholes.
Steve, has Alex ever like told you about our escapades with the Schoolcraft newspaper?
I
No.
fucking sucked.
Yeah,
He
it was
used
a
to be
weird.
my boss.
I feel like I've heard some stories, but I don't really remember, honestly.
I gotta
It was
say,
a shit show.
I was a great boss.
I do remember
Because he
like
basically-
him telling me, and I was like, "Oh, that's sick."
He would basically tell me like, "Do you want to do this?" And I'd be like, "I mean, sure." But it was like, I mean, they didn't. I feel like they didn't appreciate you there.
No, they hated me. Honestly, they one of the people there told me that they were gonna fire me the next semester, and I'm like, why? Because I did a good job for them. Like,
Dude,
we won so many awards that year. Because
I was winning awards left and right, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah, I was like, because I was giving you the jobs that were like they needed good photos for, and they had people that were like, I don't know how to use a camera, and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna give the jobs to the kid who knows how to use a fucking camera.
Like, I have a fucking. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Can't see you.
I have like a whole fucking stack of newspapers in my closet here, but I have like a.
I remember because it was for the wig story.
No, I didn't win that one. I don't think, or did I?
No, you had.
I still have that. I still have that newspaper of that one.
Yeah, I just grabbed it.
You had best layout and best story.
You probably can't see it because Zoom sucks ass, but yeah, definitely.
I mean, if you turn your background off, we can see it. But
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's do that.
It has Justin Olling over the bench. Yeah, I remember that because I was super stoked.
How do you take
on
it off? Oh, none. There we go. But yeah, they had like a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
someone.
don't know how this story like came about. Like, I don't know why you like presented it or something. Or?
they just need like a skateboarding in Detroit story or whatever. And you're like, oh,
Well, no, because I think it was like, how did that? I don't know how it worked. You
Sports,
just came
Detroit
in with
sports.
It, and I was like,
No, I pushed for it. I was doing. They wanted an interesting story, and I sold them on the idea of the wig and skateboarding and people like fucking us doing all the shit for ourselves and making a place for us to skate. And I did the write up and.
oh,
Steve
yeah.
Regish backside 5-0s across the steep quarter pipe built by the community. And there's like
I can backside
you did
5-0.
yeah, no. You just
Am I just
slash the
stalling?
fuck out of a quarter. Yeah. Steve Regish does a beam plant to fakie on the volcano quarter at the wig in Detroit,
Classic.
Detroit, Michigan, October 25th. Damn, was that nice out in October?
Yeah,
What year?
dude.
Jay-Z fucking did the little star. You were laying on the bench and he fucking ollied the little star bank.
There's a classic spooty foot pan in there too, right?
Oh, dude, that was like that's my bread and butter, baby. But no, I would have like one little patch of photos every newspaper. But there was like a strand of like 3 or 4 of them where I just did not get any fucking anything.
I don't understand a lot of things about why that institution has a newspaper, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't see the
Yeah,
purpose
this
for
guy.
it.
Yeah.
But I mean, as love or hate Rena, she was always hyped on me. I think because I would shoot hockey, so she was always stoked that I did that.
She was tight. She was a good.
Yeah.
She was a really good mentor for a lot of people, and very.
I feel like
honest.
they kind of shafted her too.
Yeah, they did. I think so
They
too.
should have gave her and paid her more.
One of those things where it's like you have someone who's very knowledgeable and very talented on your staff, and you just like.
She's the main photographer for USA Hockey, so she shot like Dylan Larkin and all them while they were fucking 18
Yeah.
or 17 or whatever. But she was like
That's
what
gnarly.
was she? I don't even know her position.
She was technically one of the head photographers and like one of the advisors for the newspaper position, but she also I got a job through Hockey Weekly through her because
Dude, see, I had Michigan Hockey. I did a couple things for them, and they fucking sucked.
yeah, dude, that's
I hope
hard.
they're watching this. Fuck you.
Dude,
What do
it
you
was
mean?
hard.
Why
it was
they
hard
suck?
work.
Because they would throw me on some random ass like kids tournament for a weekend, and I would bust my ass, and then I would be like, I would kill it, and then
Oh,
they
is that
would-
when they were like, you
not
didn't take
getting
enough
anything.
photos or something like that?
Yeah, and that because I did USA Hockey a couple of times, and it's funny because I like shot some of these, Quinn Hughes, the dude on Vancouver.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just looked through photos the other day, and I guess I shot photos of him. I didn't even notice that, but yeah, like I did that or whatever, and they were excited on it, but then they never fucking emailed me ever again. Just never gave me another shot.
Dude, I worked
Kind of like how
for-
Israel Hockey told me to never post.
Weren't you saying like Hockey Weekly would just like put you on like a 12-hour day and just give you nothing?
Yeah, dude, I'd be on 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Fucking
Yep.
like Thanksgiving tournaments, and it would be
Mhm.
like
Oh,
I'd be on listen to this shit. I'd be on a tournament 8 a.m.
Because you told me you're like, all right, you want to do one of these? I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah, I offered a job to him because I didn't want to take it, and it's like $300, $350 for a day, and it's like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You're shooting 3 rinks staggered by about 10 minutes, and you have to shoot both teams to get 500 photos each team, and you have to keep them staggered in line in 10 minutes, and like so you have fucking 10 minutes to shoot 500 good photos of each team in a fucking
And then
ring.
you have to upload them.
Why? I don't understand. Like, is that normal?
Yeah, that's fucking that's
yeah.
normal. That's normal. And like to do that well, like is not easy. So I laugh my ass off at anybody who says being a photographer is an easy profession because like how the fuck can you can even conceptualize doing
Not even doable.
Especially in like a sports mode too, like where it's constantly moving.
And then the mom goes and buys the one where it's his kid sitting on the fucking bench, just looking and like interested in the game. They don't even buy the action shots or anything that you're like you the one you probably thought was sick as fuck. They're not buying.
And they bitch you out when they don't get photos of your kid, and you're like, sorry your kid fucking ice time. Yeah, like. Dude, he's a bench warmer, bro.
It's picking the nose in the penalty box. What do you want me to do?
That is the worst.
And then you get like into the like NHL photographers or whatever. They're like, I remember talking to one of them at a Red Wings game, and he literally has the entire like upper bowl rigged so it's all flashes. So when he shoots, they flash the entire ice. That's why they get perfect lighting.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They put super.
Well, I would hope so.
Speed lights, and they're just like whatever.
But then they only have to focus on one team.
Yeah, they only carry that home.
True.
It's like it's so easy when you gotta focus on just one aspect. When you're doing like 6 different teams and you have to like make it cool.
And nobody gives a fuck about the fourth liners that are playing that
yeah, their parents aren't there buying photos.
No, they know their son's a scrub.
Yeah.
Dude, AAA and like OHL and all that shit makes me like so cringy sometimes, or like Pee-wees, because like it's not the kids don't even give a fuck. It's just the parents.
No, they don't.
The parents are like,
dude,
the parents are the ones paying for it. So
yeah, they're like, my kid's gonna be in the NHL, and I like gotta look them in the face and be like, man,
your kid don't know offsides.
Yeah, like that ain't the fucking case. Like, I'm sorry.
I think the USA team is my favorite to ever shoot because they were just every kid on that team is fucking nasty.
Dude, I had to do Little League football for a few years. And oh my God, dude, talk about the parents. Like, it was super easy to shoot those kids because they're little kids. They're just kind of running around aimlessly. So you're able to just get all the photos you want. But dude, the parents, there were so many that wanted me to stay like after gig hours, after game hours to get shots of their kids. They would literally come up to me like during halftime and just ask to focus in on their kid. And it's just like, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. I got to get the whole team here. And I dealt with that for like 2 years. And I just said, yeah, no more. Like, I'm just over this.
Yeah, I used to
ever since then, I've just shot for leisure. I'll pick up a gig here and there.
Right.
But it's just like easygoing shit that I don't really have to put too much thought into.
All right. I don't want to like jump into a different segue, but I feel like Steve, you're the one to know this. Where is like the Wig 2.0 right now? Because
are you talking about that DIY that they've been building?
Yeah, like I've just been watching like Pat Densmore's posts, and they're like starting to build like they're quick reading some quarter pipe today. Yeah, and there's like a ledge and a bank and some shit. Like they're building another wig. So like,
it looked like it was by, the church that used to have the wall rail. Like kind of by. It looks like it might be near Eastern Market, but I could be wrong.
Because like I hate when this shit. I don't mean to say I hate. I'm super down to fucking help out. Like I'm a fucking stonemason. Like I know how to do concrete. I'm happy to help everyone out, but people keep me out of the loop, and I'm like, bro, like
Yeah,
I
it's
did
kind of
this
funny
shit-
that whole like, oh, you didn't come help out. It's like, okay, like first of all, you didn't ask, you just posted on your story, and then like expect me to like, I don't know.
Read your mind.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not trying to be an ass. Like, I definitely want to help out. I remember like the one time that like I went to the wig and Derek was like doing trash cleanup, and like I picked a bag up and was like, oh, I'm doing this, and then everyone started picking up trash the same day. And he was like, yeah, it was the one time that everybody actually stopped and picked up trash. And I'm like, dude, like I'm down to help. Like I just need
Oh,
to
Jake,
know.
I was with you.
yeah. People
Yeah, you were
always.
there that day.
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, just grabbed a bag and started walking around picking up shit.
Yeah,
That was
it was tight. Like I just like saw Derek do it. I was like, all right, bet that's the deal. And everyone started doing it. And it was cool. It was
It
like,
might just be like the skateboarder in us. Like we like expect people to want to help, but at the same time, we don't. If that makes sense.
yeah, I
Well,
mean,
we
it's,
You know what I mean? We don't really like. We're not going to be like, "Yo, help me," or you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
we were just talking about it 2 days ago with how people post what they're building on the internet and they don't tell anybody shit where it is.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, okay, well, I'd be down to help, but you're pretty much going to cool guy me or cool guy everybody for that matter.
And then when one person finds out and tells the other people, it's like, well, it's lame. It's like you didn't help build it. You shouldn't be able to skate. It's like, dude.
Yeah. It's like, dude, come on.
I often felt kind of like a phony going to the wig for a while because I wasn't there when the building was there with the wall ride. So like I was like, like I wasn't like an OG. So like, do I really deserve to call this place like a spot that I chilled with? But like honestly, like I think about it a lot of the times, like I didn't really get to meet a lot of the people that like were in the skateboarding scene if it wasn't for the wig. Like I wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to like approach
Mhm.
Derek and be like, "What's up, Derek?" or Evan and like people like that if it wasn't for the wig. Because like I'm a very
Mhm.
like shy kind of dude, and it's like, okay, I know you, I know Corey, I know Alex, and like I've been around you guys for a while, so I can approach you and be like, "What's up?" But, like,
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole thought and idea behind that is kind of petty. Like we all appreciate each other. We would all help each other out if need be. Like, you know what I mean? Like the whole drama that's behind it is kind of, who cares, you know?
oh
You hear what
yeah,
I'm saying?
I would help if you guys hit me up, if Derek hit me up, if anybody hit me up and asked me to come do it, you know, and if I could, I'd be down. If I wasn't, you shouldn't be bummed on me. If it was the other way around where I asked you guys and you couldn't help or you didn't want to, you know what I mean? Who fuck
Yeah.
cares? Who fuck cares?
no, I don't care. I just like it's one
Can
of
you
those.
It's
What
all
I'm
petty.
saying.
It's all petty to me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Can you hear what I'm saying?
yeah,
Mhm.
I can. We
Yes,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear.
Oh, these things work. All right.
So you took your
No, because remember I bought a cord for those beats, but that didn't work because it didn't have like a microphone.
No, it's not even like a situation of pettiness. I just mostly am like, oh, dude, I'm for sure down to help. I like just want to like if someone hits me up with the opportunity to do so.
yeah.
That's
Like
mostly
it's-
the
It's
situation.
kind of lame for not necessarily lame, but it's like it's kind of tough to be like expect me to know that you're gonna do that and show up, or like see your story and be like, hey, let me come help her. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I'm
either
sure
or,
some people will say I'm an asshole for saying that, but whatever.
I don't think so. I mean, it's like it's hard for you to kind of say or expect anyone to like think that you're an ass. It's like you're just,
Nobody motherfucking help me set the lights up when we film night skating, all right? So fuck all of y'all.
I don't want to hear it at all. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear premiere night. I don't want to hear any of it.
Oh my god, I am the worst human being on premiere night. And if you help me out during
Premiere night? I'm
if you,
talking premiere.
no,
month.
premiere setup, premiere, yeah,
Premiere
I'm the
month.
worst. I'm the worst
Fuck you.
human. I'm the worst human being ever, and I'll take
Yes,
it.
you are. Yeah.
And if you're
Dude,
there,
we'll
you
drop
get.
in some. We'll drop in some photos right
yo,
now that
Corey,
I
I
took of you.
I like
love you.
can't.
I love you,
I like
Corey, but
can't
you got-
handle. I
you
can't
got a nice
handle the
Steve this-
situation.
You got a knife Steve this year, Corey. You just
speaking of premiere night,
Because every year I get into it. Every year I get into it.
No, I'm talking like 2-3 years ago. It was fucking rancid.
Yeah, I'm yelling at everyone. If you don't fucking do exactly what I want you to do at the exact moment, I fucking freak out. And it's just so frustrating. Like having a premiere at Transitions is fucked.
Why are
And
we doing it? Let's be honest. Why are we still doing it?
why are we doing it?
Free?
Because I love Sachin and I love the fact that I am able to support that park and have people come out there, and that's the only reason I do it. He's year after year after year after year. He allows me to do it, and I love him for it. So I'm gonna continue to try to make it better every year.
Plus, we got a bitchin' screen.
We got the screen. That screen's there. I feel like every year it gets a little less fucked. It's still fucked, but it's a little less fucked.
I don't want it to ever be not fucked.
Yeah, that's a whole trans premiere for you. It gives you the whole atmosphere. But I don't know. It's so fucked, and I take it out on people, and I apologize, and I know that I do it as I'm doing it. I know that I'm doing it, and I feel bad about it. But to go back on my point, no one helps me up. No one helps me when I set up night skating. So fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. No, people help me. I'm just kidding.
No, I was stoked on this premiere, especially because I finally had the balls to skate best trick.
I'm too drunk to ever do it. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, finally.
Yeah, no.
I suck
Premiere
and I'm
night.
too drunk.
Premiere night is the complete write-off. Like, I'm not doing anything. I am not touching.
All you're gonna get out of me is a willy on the hubba, and then I'm going to get plastered. That's
Dude, I just stand around. I don't even try to touch a board. Like, I'm just.
I do want to throw Corey under the bus, though. I had the nicest rosa green sweater that I saw in the box, and I took it for myself. And I said, Corey, hold on to this, please. And then literally 30 seconds later, the homie hucks it into the fucking crowd. And I was like,
no way. That same kind of thing happened. This hoodie right here.
I was so bummed. No, it was the rosa
No.
green with the sweater or whatever. And he just fucking launched it, and I watched
Oh,
it.
well, see, there was obviously a loss of communication there.
You
were standing across the fucking.
I said, Corey, hold on to this for me, and then you threw it, and I came over to you, and I was like, dude, why did you do that?
Corey had a couple 400s.
Corey goes,
I gotta bow out of this one. I got nothing.
Corey goes, the trick was too good. I couldn't resist. He knew he did it.
Dude, I
respect that.
Which is, if you don't remember that, that's fine. I don't even actually care, but I had to throw.
But no, this hoodie, this exact hoodie, I tried to buy it a couple times, or I was gonna buy it because I wanted to have it for the podcast because we were trying to get the Wub dudes to come out for like a while, and I was like, yo, just like bring me a large one to the premiere, and he had a whole box of shit up there or whatever, and he had this hoodie. I was like, oh, sick, hell yeah, dude. I was like, dude, I'm already halfway through this bottle of Dom right now. Hold on to it, I'll grab it, and put it behind the counter or whatever. And that same fucking thing happened. I don't know who. I saw Chuck. I think it might have been Chuck. Catch it or whatever and toss it to somebody else or something like that. I was like, and half of my drunkenness was like, oh yeah, no. I was like, oh fuck, that's mine. But yeah, premiere nights, dude. Every year, the last 3 years, I've bought a bottle of Dom, and every time I'm like, all right, don't drink it all. Or wait until the video starts before you start drinking it, and it never works.
This is my first year where I could afford it, and it wouldn't hurt at all. And then I literally went to the store and looked at it. I was like, I'm not doing this. This is
it's $180.
It's not even so much that it's expensive. It's just what a waste of money.
I want to go back to you guys were talking about
when Steve gets the Dom P out. That's my favorite. That's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Shit hits the fan.
I don't know. Fucking 5 or 4 200 Corey is pretty solid.
Yeah, 500-600.
That was exclusive.
I want to pull back to Jake and Alex were talking about Schoolcraft, and you guys were talking about how no one liked you, and you were worried that you're gonna get fired. I feel like I had this conversation with you guys, but I don't think I did. But do you guys know where the term fired comes from?
Yeah.
No.
You already told me on Xbox.
I told you.
I
told you on Xbox.
Can I pee? Can I go pee while you do this?
Yeah, you already know the story, so yeah.
All right, cool.
So the term fired comes from way back in the day, when you and your tribe, like let's say somebody in your tribe like wasn't bringing in enough meat or pelts. They go out hunting and they're not holding their count for your tribe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta get rid of them, right? So you just burn their shit. You burn their house down, their hut down, whatever it is. You fire them, so that they have to leave and find somewhere else to live. So that's where the term "fired" comes from.
Oh,
Interesting. Just roasting people legitimately.
Isn't that crazy? Like think about like if that was still normal, like. Well, like you lose your job and be like, all right, like they're like, all right, some people will be here to pick up your stuff from your desk and send a box. What if it was like, all right, a couple people will be at your house later to burn it down. Like you gotta leave. We gotta get you out of here or burn your desk down.
Get out of here. We're gonna just set you on fire.
If you had to win a game show to stay alive, which game show would you choose?
Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Dude, MXC.
Bro,
oh shit, dude.
I've watched that show every day. Not every day, but like most of my okay, I should rephrase that.
Yeah, most of my childhood was that and George Lopez show.
That the basis of my humor right now is that show. So like all the puns, all the double entendres, all the sexual humor. That's me. You watch the show, you essentially once you get to the end of all the seasons, that's my jokes. That's where I'm at. I know the games. I know all of the things, the rotating surfboard of death, the logs, dash to death. All that shit. I for sure could make it through that show.
Is there any history behind like that show? Like, is like that an actual show wherever and they're like talking normally? Or is that dub that they have over like realistic? You know what I mean? You know what I'm asking?
Yeah. It's the actual show is called Takashi's Castle, and it's a Japanese game show that they do, and it's serious there, but just Spike TV picked up on it and they decided to dub it over with some dumbass American shit. So like that's the history of the show essentially. Is it's a real Japanese game show that is taken completely seriously, but fucking Americans obviously just catch it and they're like, let's turn this into some dumbass fucking American game show, and they're like, yeah. And then later on, eventually Wipeout was like, let's do the same thing but just Americans, and it's not but
everyone's always trying to recreate shit. Or have you seen the Holy Moly show?
No, what the fuck is that?
It's kind of like that where it's like an obstacle course that you have to climb through, but you also have to putt at the same time.
Okay, I can attest to that. I would not win that because putting. I'm
a fucking shark.
I love
You're
putt-putting.
a shark at putting.
Oh, dude, I'm nasty.
I mean, Alex golfs normally, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, is that just your golfing background showing through, or?
Yeah, I'm just sick as fuck.
Wait, okay.
My short game is shit. But man, can I fucking.
Huh?
Who did you golf for back in the day?
I played in high school, and then.
Who in high school?
Franklin, and then Schoolcraft had a golf team, but they were like really shitty.
You're like, nah.
Well, no, I was like, I like legit thought I was gonna make it to U of M, and then I realized that I'm not that good.
Did I photograph you back in the day on Franklin when I worked for Focal Point? I might have.
Dude, Corey, chill.
No, I don't think so. I think there was actually a Schoolcraft tournament that was going on in Dearborn, and you put me on it, and I remember getting to the golf course, and they're like, "Yeah, we postponed the tournament." I was like, "You weren't gonna tell any of us?" So I literally got there, and they just never told me that they were postponing it. So I went there, and it never happened.
Dude, I love shooting golf because the one aspect of golf is like, oh, you have to stand at like about like 75 degrees of the golfer, and it's like, yeah, you still could get line drived by that fucking that shit.
Dude, I love it because if you go, like, I'm gonna find you guys. I'll send you guys a couple different people who are really good at it. But like, there's certain people, especially like Masters Week. There's certain people that are allowed in just to shoot photos, and it's like they're like, aside from Nat Geo people, they're my favorite to look at of all time because they're
Really?
honestly, like, the way they capture land, action, and like emotion is just beyond me.
Dude, I've always wondered how those
I don't
cameras
fucking
like
get
track
it.
golf balls.
Nat Geo people.
Nat Geo people are my favorite because they can go into like a rural area or they can go into some situation and make like light of it.
Dude, I mean, yeah.
They got a 700. They got a 700 millimeter
Like
lens.
that dude I was talking about from
700.
Italy that was just like had the idea to like clean off all of his equipment. So like Jake, I was talking about this on like one of our last podcasts, and it's this dude named Gabriel Lamberti or something. I'll send you it later, but he had this whole idea to like clean off all of his lighting equipment and gave it to people inside their houses and shot them from outside their houses because it was during quarantine in Italy and they were all locked down. So he like shot people like imprisoned in their houses. It was fucking gnarly. It was cool.
Yeah, sounds cool.
But I mean, just like to think of that is, you're not going to see that in the Thrasher, which Thrasher is sick, but
No, I mean
there's
that's
not that human aspect in it.
It actually takes a lot to become a Nat Geo
Dude,
photographer. Like
yeah.
I would hope
I
so.
know you.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to go through like an intense learning process and like
Yeah, which
pretty
I'm
much
glad they do.
pretty much claim your spot within like, hey, yeah, I'm worthy of being a photographer for you.
I associate those people as the best of the best.
Well, even
Yeah.
now, it's like they don't hire people in-house. It's just you're contracted. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to pitch a story to Nat Geo, and you have to pitch that it's worth being in it. And it's like it's a whole nother step of like understanding the game, really.
Exactly.
Because like back in the day, people were like, oh yeah, like we have a story, let's send this in-house person to go shoot something.
Right, like
And,
a Time magazine kind of thing, or
yeah. And like I know a couple people that shoot for like New York Times and that shoot for Washington Post. One of them that happens to be on the Pulitzer thing for winning the for Washington Post's photo story about climate change. And it's like you have to literally make the average thing interesting, and that's
Exactly.
so fucking difficult that people don't even realize. Like,
Yeah.
you have to make the mundane worthy of national recognition. And it's like,
it's easy to make a photo of somebody like straight up like dying in a war.
yeah, that's
Look good.
easy to
That's
make
easy.
interesting. But like taking a photo of someone like working a job that's like super mundane, like doing like construction work, and understanding the relevance if they're like a Mexican doing it and it's like Mexican time, and understanding the story and painting that picture is so fucking difficult.
And how do you convey that all in one shot?
Yeah, and it's like people talk so much shit about photography being a one-off thing for so many people, and I'm like, you do that with one frame.
Yep.
Explain to me how easy that is, and then as soon as you can convey that in an instant, then I'll understand you. But until you do that, shut the fuck up. You have no understanding of anything.
Yeah.
And Instagram is like, so I don't want to rant, but like I'm gonna say it, like, dude, people think they're so cool because they can take a good photo of a hot chick in a hot tub
I
or
hate
something.
it. I get so pissed.
I'm like, you
Oh
have
my
no
God.
understanding of anything. Like Tiananmen Square, like the fucking Kettering shootings, like all those instances in history that are significant photographs, like fucking post-Columbine, like anything, Kennedy's assassination, like those photos were so random yet hold so much like power. And then you want to talk to me about how you're an incredible photographer because you can pose someone underneath a bridge. Like, suck my dick.
Dude, that's the exact thing. Are you guys on Reddit at all?
Not as good as I should be, but like I am on it.
Dude, r/analog. Oh my God, it's all RZ67.
Jeez, Steve, you're
We just got him started.
Dude, it's all RB67, Portra 400 overexposed to SOT by like it's some hot chick or just like tits out.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody loves. And it is like,
likes.
dude, it's just like the most like, I don't know. It's just like a super prestigious, just like cliche of what everybody likes. And it's that group.
It's disgusting.
And it's sad because it's like another one that I'm in that I truly love is Analog Circle Jerk. And people talk about film photography, and I absolutely love it.
There it is. Okay, so I don't mean to interrupt you.
Hang on, let me interrupt everybody for a second here. Hang on.
So I was trying to find this guy's name, but his name is like.
Corey, why are you taking pictures of Kate under a bridge?
Yeah, I don't do that.
His name is Hafe-Life. It's almost like Half-Life, but it's HAFE_life. And this dude is the chief photographer for golf.com. And dude, the shit he posts is fucking nuts. And the way he just like conveys everything is I love this fucking dude. And I like commented on something once and he like responded to me a lot too. But I don't know.
We should make a video commercial version out of your PBR photo you took today.
Dude, they didn't even touch the shit I did today. I made one little stupid ass photo in a fake fridge and they loved it. And I did this one today and got nothing.
You know what's funny?
Probably because you're in it.
I know one of the PBR reps, or at least I have like a 6 degrees to me. Yeah.
Is his name Dustin? Is his name Dustin Blauville?
No, that's just my time with working through like Mopop and shit, like I just run into sponsors and stuff.
Dude, yeah, especially being in downtown, because one of my buddies that goes to Checker Bar all the fucking time, like because
Checker Bar.
We work in the Ally building, which is legit right across the street.
Yeah.
So we would just go across there and always get a Stroh's and a Jameson just to start the night. And he became friends with like all the reps. Like fucking one of the Jaeger reps came in and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know her." I'm like, "What?" Just from getting hammered there all the time and knowing all the waitresses and bartenders and whatnot.
You know what's super weird specifically about Checker Bar is a distant cousin of mine is a bartender there.
Who?
It's one of the older dudes. I don't remember his name, not to sound disrespectful to him, but like he's an older guy, he's in his like 40s or 50s, and he's a relative of my family.
Is he always wearing a Tiger's hat?
Yeah, actually, he's got glasses.
Glasses?
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but I know him. Yeah.
But fucking, he's a Mulka, and it's wild.
What?
He married into the family, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, your family's got like a 500+ person family reunion out in Posen." I was like, "Yeah, it's my fucking family, bro."
Damn, I'm about to tell him that next time this whole pandemic is done.
Damn. The Mulka family, 500+ people.
Yeah, we got a farm in Posen that's been around for 150 years.
Damn.
Like there's some real ass like roots of like America in my family. It's crazy.
You guys ever just lose one AirPod?
Okay. That wouldn't be your first time, Alex.
I'm about to buy some. Hey, at least you didn't spill beer on the podcast.
It's probably in your. It's probably in your pocket. Every time I lose one, it's in my pocket.
Well, I remember while Alex worked with me, he lost his AirPods.
It's not hard. It's not hard to do. Trust me.
Yeah, Alex lost his AirPods at Whitmore Ledge too.
Dude, that's what he's talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, Alex, he was devastated for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or however long it took you to buy another pair. You were just like, I could tell like there was.
Dude, because I think somebody stole them or just got to them before I did, because I put them down while we were skating and I didn't pick them back up, and I know that for a fact.
I'm actually gonna be in the market for buying the new.
You didn't throw them away in that Subway bag or whatever the fuck that you threw away? That's my guess.
No, I legit
Food.
just
You
never
had
picked
food
them up.
with you. You had
For
food with
fucking
you.
fact. Why would I put them in a Subway bag?
I don't know, Alex.
What were you saying?
Well, all right.
Jake?
So this is just all just like let's just fry Alex real quick.
Hey, look at Corey's background right now.
Hey,
Yeah.
All
yeah,
frying
but-
each other, you know?
I don't know about all that.
I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that's actually not even me.
You know
in that
what?
photo. That might be Jared.
All I know is I'm
That
rich.
yeah, that no,
and
that
and I found both of them. So suck my dick. There you go.
no, that's stuff in the photo.
No, my alter ego is Jared.
Jared.
Your
Yep.
alter ego's Jared.
Yeah, whenever your lights are on but no one's home, you know, whoever, like, that's Jared.
Fun fact about my alter egos: only about
What's his
5
name? If you had to name him, what would you name him?
Probably Nikolai.
Nikolai.
No, I mean there's a rumor.
Why do I think of Javi Bullet? Nikolai Javi Bullet.
Well, the only reason why I say that is for the longest time, everybody referred to me. Well, not everybody, but like the dudes that I roomed
All
with,
500 Mulkas.
all 500 Mulkas. Yeah, fucking. There's so many tangents I can go on with that, but the first one I want to go on is fucking about 5 people have seen me really drunk. Like seriously, legitimately, I can only go on record about. I mean, I've been drunk many a times, but it's only around the same 5 people. And it's really funny because people are like, "I've never seen you drunk. I wonder how you are." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, it's different every time. I've only blacked out once, but like." It makes me wonder, it's like, would I name that personality that I have? And yeah, Nikolai, I guess, is the one I can come with because for the longest time with the dudes I lived with in Beacon Hill and fucking Rochester Hill and Auburn Hills were like, hey, you Russian fuck. Like they just kept calling me a Russian fuck. They thought I was this fucking sleeper agent. So I just was like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll go with Nikolai. Like,
Right.
I don't know. It was just a big joke. Like everyone thinks I'm a sleeper agent because okay, you're going to probably think this is bullshit, but whenever I get really sick, like 100%, like super sick, like flu-like symptoms, and I can't sleep, I always hear people speaking in Russian. It always happens. Like
You
I get-
hear them.
Yeah, like fever dreams are just like people speaking in Russian. It happens all the time. I can't sleep because of it. It's wild.
It's kind of fucked up. Like, whoa, so you're saying like when you are sleeping or it keeps you from sleeping?
It keeps me from sleeping. Like I'll like try to sleep when I'm really sick and
Fuck.
I hear like gibberish in Russian. That's wild.
Dude, I remember having a dream as a little kid, and I was laying on our living room couch because I would always go to sleep there when I couldn't sleep. And the dream was like one of those, it's like you're half falling asleep, but you're still kind of awake.
Mhm.
And the dream was from like an aerial view starting in my kitchen. And it kind of looped down. Like I could see my kitchen, I could see my living room, and I could see me laying there sleeping.
You could see yourself.
I could see myself laying there sleeping.
So you like
And then-
projected? The astro projection?
People told me that it was astro projection, and I was just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is that? And then sure enough, like in my dream, it got closer to me. And the best way I could put it was that like my dream, it like entered my body, like me laying there sleeping, and I woke up.
Wow.
Dude,
And
that's fucked. I've never heard of that before.
Dude, I didn't think of it, like I didn't think anything of it at the time, but it was one of those dreams that always have stuck with me. And I'm like, yeah, that happened, and it was really fucking weird, and I hope I never deal with it again.
So one time. That's all.
One time, that was it.
Damn, that's fucked.
I
Were you
got
drunk?
No, I was like, I must have been 11 or 12 at the time.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it was weird. Just one time, that was it. And yeah, I told people about it, and they were like, oh yeah, you like projected. I was like, what do you mean?
I got a weird dream that reoccurred. It was a nightmare that happened for a long time. And
That
it's
sucks too.
It's super strange because it's not like specifically scary, and I don't know why it bothers me so much. But it's like imagine a massive white room, Okay, so it's huge.
All right.
And you feel the vastness of the white room. And then there's just a single dot it's like straight in front of you. And you can't tell how close or how far away it is. And
that's weird.
And it's just that. It's simply that. And there's like a really weird vibrating, like loud hum sound that just gets louder and louder as it goes on. And that's it. It's just the feeling of looking straight, vast whiteness, and then a point. And that's literally terrified me for fucking years. I have that nightmare. And I'll still wake up and I don't understand what the point of it is. And I can, like I had night terrors as a kid. Like I had really bad ones. Like I'd wake up screaming and shit, and that would be one of the dreams. And I couldn't, people would be like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I can't describe that to you. I have no idea." Like,
I was just in the fucking void.
Yeah, exactly. It's a void and a point, and it's like,
oh, there we go.
My lollipop.
Hey, that's a good photo right there.
The simple feeling of like not the distance. Like, is it far? Is it right next to you? Like, it's just that for some reason, just like it terrifies me.
I just want to.
Jesus.
I just want to
like
get this because
secret battle of hockey shit.
Yes, and I'll tell you what it is. So let me state the fact here. The Flyers have won. They're the only expansion team to do so, but the Flyers have won 2 Stanley Cup championships, 1974 and 1975. The Capitals won in 2018. How many Panthers do you have?
Yeah. We division champs once. You want me to go put the shirt on real quick? Is there a photo of that? I'm looking it up right now.
I'm just like looking at Corey's face because I can see the satisfaction on his face of like.
I literally texted Corey. I was like, please put the 1975.
Yeah.
All right, Alex. Dream trick: kickflip front Willie.
Fuck no. I hate kickflips.
Well, you love Willie.
How dare you disrespect K-bombs?
Oh, who is he? I don't know. Dude, K-bombs, I think kickflips are overrated.
You're right.
Alex could do heel flip or H-bomb.
Yeah, I would see an H-bomb Willie first.
I would say H-bomb Willie is hard to catch into Willie. Harder than
Why? You're putting it you're kicking that way.
No, fucking heel flip.
You would get in front board way too much.
H-bomb back 50. No, you're right, actually. H-bomb front 50 is easier than kickflip front 50.
That's Dan.
All right, this one fucking dude was like, "Oh, dude, I love Nigel's to death part." And I was like, honestly, not really, because homeboy just filmed the entire part with a 16 millimeter wide lens and a fucking Ronin, and I'm like, not really. Like,
that part though, like trick wise, is insane. But yeah, I feel like Ty Evans just doesn't know what he wants right now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I agree. I
feel like he's trying to find new avenues when he should just stick to being Ty. He's one of my favorites. I actually met him at NAB. Do you guys know what NAB is?
Nope.
NAB, no, I don't.
NAB is the it's the National Assembly of Broadcasting. It's in Vegas every year. It's fucking insane. And like every company's there, Sony, Canon, Fuji, Tilta, Ronin, you name it, any kind of film and photography type brand, they're there broadcast or promoting their new line of products, right? And his company,
it's like a Photokina kind of, but like American.
Yeah. And
Photokina though.
He was there.
That shit got canceled, and I was in Europe for it. It was crazy.
His was it Ghost Cinema or whatever the fuck his brand is, or Shot Over or whatever the fuck. Was there, and he was there, and I fucking got him to fucking sign Fully Flared for me. So like, I'm down with him. He's my dog, you know. He's definitely one of the best. But I feel like after what was like New Blood, or not New Blood, I'm an idiot. Our Blood. I feel like he's just like trying to find new avenues to bring fucking 8K cameras into skateboarding when it's like, dude,
8K?
I would honestly.
What's the highest K? When are they gonna stop fucking with Ks?
Yeah, red cameras shoot 8K.
What? Why?
8K is the highest.
Who cares?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck cares?
I mean, it's like
People
for
are watching it on their
skateboarding and-
phones.
The most that I could think of is if you have to crop in.
Yeah. If you're filming,
you are
if you're
fucking
filming a high bit, if you're filming fucking Leonardo DiCaprio on an Ari and you're shooting AK so that you can have whatever the fuck you need for a Hollywood silver screen movie, fine, shoot it.
Dude,
Okay.
I would come back and film skateboarding so quick on an Ari.
I'd be terrified.
Yeah,
I'd be terrified.
I would be
Speaking of
terrified
that-
as fuck because like what happens when you get friendly fire? You just wasted like $50K.
Well, the camcorder.
How much is the insurance on that?
Yeah, like
well,
A
yeah,
new Honda CRV?
yeah, you would have to have insurance, but the thing is, for
Well-
skateboarding, I probably wouldn't use like any Zeiss class or anything. I'd probably just get like an 8
Corey.
and then call
Corey.
it a day.
Corey, you own an Ari. You're buying Z's.
This motherfucker's a Iceland guy.
no, I feel
Diced.
I know exactly what Corey's saying, but at the same time, like I talked to Martin Phobes about this too, because like I'm trying like I don't know. I think I told you this, Steve, but like I have a VX, but I also have a Black Magic camera, and I really am trying to film skateboarding.
Do you have the 4.6 or do you have the 6, bro?
for VX?
No, the Black Magic.
Magic.
Black Magic 6K, bro.
No, I have the 4. I don't know. The 6 is like.
Oh, well, I don't care. I don't care unless you have the 6K.
Well, then, fuck you.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's all. I mean, dude, the 6 is tight, but at the same time, like you can just do the 4K speed.
Yeah,
boost.
who cares? That's what I'm
it
saying.
doesn't-
Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Don't
but,
matter.
Anyway, like I asked Martin about it, and he's like, "Dude, get the Black Magic or the GH5 because you got the."
Yeah, dude. Him and Chris Ray are fucking in love with the GH5.
Dude,
Well,
GH5
because the
is
GH5
fucking
is
sick,
crazy.
though.
Like until Sony drops their A7S3.
I don't really give a fuck about the A7 or the Sony DSLRs, to be honest.
I mean, I agree. I 100% agree with you. But like, I have to say, if we're talking tech, Canon with the R5 is like fucking really there, because if they really are doing 4K 120 full frame, like that's crazy. Like no one's doing that.
See, I'm more about me personally. I'm more about the color space. Like I look more into the, like I have the FS5. Like I'm more intrigued on like the Sony the Sony FX or FX9, FS9, and the Sony C200s, because I want like the log capabilities. I want to be able to shoot more RAW, to have more options in DaVinci Resolve. Like I feel like the whole GH5 or the Sony A7, 8765 300, 853 107, all those A7s, is more or so dependent on the compactness or the low light, or that's more vlogger type run and gun type things. That's why you would buy those.
For what the A7s offer in a like traditional SLR body, they're great for it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
But for anything above that,
Like I'm trying to go cinema
you gotta
grade.
look beyond DSLRs.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
agree with that.
it's fucking crazy that like a Sony A6500, which is
Oh.
a super small camera body, offers 4K video. You have all your manual inputs and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
That's
But
what these companies are trying to do, though, is to give you that cinematic value in a smaller, more affordable product.
Like,
These 13
where
Oh,
where did your face?
So these 13-year-olds can make TikToks on their Sonys. What the fuck?
Your face is like blending in with the ice.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
You're part of the Hockey Town Champs.
Oh, fucking
No, we just try to take photos of teams that actually won cups.
We get it, dude. All right, fuck you. Hang on.
Alex literally texted me. He's like, bro, I gotta make a point.
What's Steve taking his shirt off for?
Oh, hold on.
Hey, while Steve's ranting about fucking,
No, look at this, though.
wearing his brother's shirt after he's getting fucking fried.
Look at this though, because like.
Oh, now that I put the jersey on, you're gonna fucking.
Mulka's face is just missing.
Yeah. Whatever, dude.
All right, I gotta get this fucking. I don't even know how to fix this.
You just picked a bad team. That's all.
Dude, there's probably
Look, bro, the child in me.
And Corey, I don't want to hear you like tell me that the Flyers are better. They only got one more.
No, I'm not. I wasn't even going to tell you about that. No, I was going to say there's probably so many more photos about Detroit with the Stanley Cup. Just choose another one.
If you had the opportunity to turn someone into a midget, who would it be?
Andrew Reynolds.
Jay-Z.
The celebrity Jay-Z or Justin Timberlake?
Justin walking around as a midget would be hilarious.
Dude, I would say Flores.
Damn, that'd be tight because he's like buff.
He's already like stocky.
Yeah.
Just like him, a little bit smaller.
Strasser.
No, I'd have to go with Adam.
Actually, Adam as a midget, I'd actually love to see.
This is my beer league team.
Alex, do you remember? Damn.
We're the Mighty Drunks.
Do you remember what Adam's team was? Tone's team?
Dude, I hope Adam's listening to this, but the worst beer league team I've ever played on. They were really good. But
Pat Miller played with them too?
Dude, I remember, I'll never forget, like,
fuck, what was the name, dude?
I don't remember. It was like the Bingo Bongos or Bingo Bango.
Oh, yeah, it's actually not that funny.
No, but I remember playing like a couple games with them.
Yeah, Bingo Bang.
And just getting fucking lectured, dude. So like,
by
Pat
who? Pat Miller lectured you?
All of them. Oh,
Does
yeah.
he know?
Pat let me fucking have it, dude.
Does he know who you were?
I don't know. But Pat comes around like the hash marks or whatever and tries to like send a pass like across like the blue line and the red line, like the far side. And I like knocked it down and grabbed it or whatever. And I remember getting on the bench. He's like, if it's not coming to you, don't fucking touch it and just fucking let me have it, dude. I was like, this is beer league on a Tuesday night, man.
Who the fuck cares?
And dude, Adam was fucking stone cold serious. Everyone, like, if anyone like gave a turnover, the whole bench would be like, come on, guys, let's focus the fuck up, dude.
That's all they got, dude.
It was insane. I've never been on a beer league team that cared that fucking much on a Tuesday night at 11:30 p.m. It was ridiculous.
I'm going to apply my favorite photo game, but to the skateboarding world. So I got this like little running game going that like photographers that I know I want to do like UFC kind of fights. So like pull that into skateboarding. So like who would be like a fun little UFC kind of style fight cage match in the skateboarding community that y'all would want to see?
Strasser?
And Neil.
That has to happen. Holy fuck.
That would be pretty good. Oh my God.
Schwam wouldn't fight anybody, but like
They would kill him.
Oh my God, Neil and Strasser, dude.
Neil would murder Strasser.
I don't know though.
He would.
Yeah, he probably would.
I would like to.
Then again, I don't know. I would pay for that, dude.
Neil would destroy him. Not saying that Strasser can't handle himself, but Neil would just get into another fucking gear. And
I don't know though, because like Strasser surprises me. I'd
like to see Lonzy in Dallas. I feel like that'd be
a good one. That'd be a good one. I feel like I would take Lonzy on that one though.
I mean, I would take Lonzy too. It's still
I feel like Lonzy's more.
Damn.
Like
Let's
Dallas
keep this going. Who else we got?
All right,
so we
Dallas
got.
Is fat, but I feel like Lonzy is more fat.
We got Neil and Strasser. We got Lonzy and Dallas. Who else we got?
I want to throw Dustin in there.
I was gonna say Dustin too, but I don't know.
Yeah, Dustin wouldn't fight. Like I try to think of, I try to think of people that were like
young Dustin, not old Dustin.
Oh yeah, like young, yeah.
Young Dustin.
Young Dustin, yeah, young Dustin.
Jay-Z and Sprudy,
young house party, Dustin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. So young house party, Dustin, and didn't he fight Joe Croc one time or something like that? in a house
Joe and
party?
Mike. Let's have Joe
Yo.
and Mike fight each other.
No,
Joe and Mike.
Justin and
Yeah,
Charlie
just Joe
Ryan.
and Mike. Two
Oh
brothers
no,
going at it.
no, Charlie Ryan and
Joel.
was it Joel? No, Joel and Greg.
Who was Joel fighting at Dave's house?
Wasn't it Greg? Ripped Greg's shirt off?
Yeah.
Or was that? It wasn't Joel. It was Joel was too busy pissing on people's shit.
No, Joel was the one trying to fucking shove someone over the railing.
Yeah, wasn't didn't Reed Madsen rip off?
Oh, that was
Joel,
right. It was
or,
yeah. Joel
Greg
was
shirt?
peeing on shit, and Reed was like trying to shove people off the fucking railing
Reed
downstairs.
ripped Greg's shirt off.
Yeah.
So Joel and Reed.
Reed's like he focused on his shirt.
Reed
Joel
and
Joel and Reed. Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good. But Reed and
Funny.
Greg, yeah, Greg wouldn't fight though.
No.
Yeah, Joel and Reed. Okay, so we got Strasser and Neil. We got Alonzi and Dallas. We got Joel.
The Crocs are gonna face each other.
Would they though?
No, but they are.
See, I'm trying to think of like people that actually would be like,
Nah, let's just put them together and see what happens.
because like Neil and Strasser definitely want to fight each other. Alonzi
Joe and Mike
don't
would never
necessarily
fight
want
each
to.
other, but it'd be just
Yeah.
funny.
Damn, who else? Let's get one more.
We just said Reed and Joel.
Yeah, I know, but let's get one more.
All right. You gotta think
Josh
about that.
and
Drunk Josh Rohn. He has to be drunk.
yeah, because striker Josh Rohn.
Josh Rohn and
Striker Josh Rohn. Yeah, Josh Rohn and any random human being.
no Josh Rohn and Derek Costa.
That happened?
No, I'm just saying that would be an interesting one.
Derek Acosta.
I feel like we can do better than Derek though.
We probably could.
Would he fight?
I'd like to see.
Derek doesn't seem like a fighter.
Johnny go with
He's a
somebody.
big dude.
Oh,
isn't
just
he?
Johnny and Adam.
No,
Donnie and Adam
Josh-
squaring up.
Josh,
yeah,
no, Josh.
Donnie and Adam
uh,
squaring up.
What's his name? All-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive. Oh, not Alan Dillard. Oh my God. The dude that
Josh and him.
the dude that tried to swing on Adam's aunt.
Josh would kick his ass.
Alan.
I would take Josh in most fights.
Yeah, I kind of feel that.
I would just
Put money on him.
absolutely love to see Adam
Josh-
and Donnie.
Dude, Adam and Donnie. Donnie would fucking.
Right.
Adam would be like, come on, stop.
I'm not gonna hit you.
And then Matt.
No, fucking Scott and Matt.
Scott and Matt. Scott and Brent.
Scott and Matt
Or
would
is
be a
it
good
just
one.
like a death match of Brent, Scott, and Matt.
Oh yeah, Bren and Matt would be a great one.
Dude, they already fucking argue daily, texting each other.
Daily on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, I do this shit all the time with the photo community, but doing it with the skateboard community is so much more fucking interesting just because everyone's, like, that much weirder on so many different scales. So it's like, I wonder what the fuck they would do in that situation.
Dude, photo community, let's hear it.
It depends on how many people you know. Like, you
I
know,
don't.
You know Jeff Tab?
Nope.
All right. See,
I fuck with Jeff. Yeah.
But do you know Jeff?
Yeah, I know Jeff. Yeah.
Wait, you know Jeff Tab?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I know him because like he's a TRP dude.
Yeah, actually, if we're diving into it, Jeff Tab and Joe Gall are OG TRP dudes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say they're beefing. Yeah.
No, they're
I fuck
OG,
with both of them. I fuck with both of them.
Like, I'd love to see, and this is just all love because I love both the dudes, but like Jeff Tab and Joe fighting would be crazy because like they're both like BMXers like as athletes are fucking like jacked.
And it's pretty funny that they're both,
no, it's fun.
like they're both BMXers and they're both like pretty established photographers right now. Yeah.
Yeah, like and they're like the boys too.
Dude,
like,
do you know who Stewie is?
Stewie?
The BMXer? Stu, fuck, I can't remember his last name, but he's
Can't say I know him.
he's kind of he's a little shorter. He's got long hair. He's pretty stocky. He's an OG TRP BMXer. Fuck, man. But dude, that guy would be good to add in a fight. I don't know who I would add him to, but I actually almost fucking killed him one time. I was in the street room and I don't know, it was like Trepidar 3 or something, and I was like trying to film a trick, and I was like pissed, and I couldn't land it or whatever, and I like did the like, you know, like you like just kind of like shoot your board out, like flick it like that on purpose type thing, you know, and it went up the you know, in the bike room where there was like the roll in and then like the fly box.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It hit the fly box and went straight up and hit him like right in the like shoulder arm area, like pretty close to his face, and just like he's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh!" And I like snapped out of like I was pissed because I wasn't landing a trick, and I snapped right out of there. I was like, "Oh, Stu, fuck, dude, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, dude." He's like, and like I like. Thankfully, like we're like both homies, so it, like diffused the situation. Like we were both mad, but like both like, all right, like I was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, it's fine, whatever. But like that dude's like a brute. Like if I didn't know him, he probably would have fucking socked me.
Yeah, going off of earlier when we talked about like the filmer, like I mean, you're very much one of the last like VX people, and I just bought a VX myself, and I want to do shit like that, filming along that line, but like. Going off of like how it's pretty much you and Kyle at this point that are the OG like remaining filmers keeping like the VX type shit alive in the skateboarding scene, like where do you see it going as more people push for just like Instagram parts and all that, like keeping the video alive, and it's not so much just like that's the hot topic of skateboarding, but just coming like man to man off somebody who's like been doing it for so long, like keeping the OG skate video type format alive. Like how do you keep reinventing it, you know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, to be honest, like not to sound cliche, but like it doesn't really matter like what camera you're using, whether you have to use 4K or not, you know. As long as you're like making something, like I know that Colin Stanley dude just like came out with that Friday video, and he filmed like that's all the HVX. And that video was tight. It's sick that Kyle is still, you know, got his fucking Rosa brand. It's dope. I've been toiling with the thought of like making shorter full lengths. Like I feel like as long as like people are still like, even if you like people make like a lot of companies are making 7-minute montages now. Like as long as you're doing shit like. Alex took the day today to make a PBR fucking photo thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anyone to think that like you have to make hour-long videos. You have to film VX. You have to do this. You have to do that. Like, as long as you're doing shit and like trying to reinvent yourself and create shit and keep Michigan skateboarding alive, fucking let's get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's my idea.
My last question is, so like as it's like how do you plan to, you know, sort of cope and live with the fact that the Panthers have never won one?
Where's the end meeting button?
With like a season come and gone again.
Oh, here it is. Wow, I just fucking dapped you up, bro. You're gonna fucking fry me.
Yes, I am.
I had to.
You know I love you.
Yeah,
I had to
I know.
hit the fold button on the chair there really quick just to drop out of that. I was like, all right. And this is gonna be real as fuck. Between the greatest battle of the skateboarding side of things of all time, which Regish fucking wins in the fist
Steve.
fight?
Oh, it's Steve for sure.
In skateboarding?
No, like if y'all were gonna do a UFC type fight.
We're fighting.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve. I get too angry.
Yeah.
So, wait, you get.
I would be too strategic. Alex would make like bad moves because he would get too mad.
All right. Well,
I feel like I would come up on top, but Alex would be like he'd be the crowd pleaser. Does that make sense?
I would get like one lucky kick maybe.
Yeah.
So you'd be the heel pretty much.
I might get that. I'd get the knockout, but that's the only way I'd win.
All right, everybody got drinks right now?
No, I'm all out.
Corey, Jake. All right, let's just chug and then See you on the other side.
All right. Peace
All
out.
right.